Right. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to some more Fury of Dracula. We've got a match here from the American League of the Spring Regionals Tournament. In the commentary booth, we've got the dream team of Statler and Waldorf. Only joking, only joking. It's me and Rossco. Hi, Rossco.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, it is Dumb and Dumber version 3.
Which one of you is dumb? Am I dumb and you're dumber, or the other way around? What?
We'll let the people put in the comments which one they think.
To be honest, that might be a good way to do it, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so how are you today, Roscoe?
Yeah, good. It's been a long time since I played a match, really, since the last tournament. I've not really first commentaries, I think, on this tournament. Haven't seen any of the American League games just through times they've played and busy with work and various things. So, looking forward to you and I contributing our usual inaccurate information and how the American League's getting on. Just very quickly, the European League's very competitive, so it'll be interesting to see if the Americans is equal.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, because they've got fewer matches, so they've not played as much. So, but still, I think that's also important too. They haven't got as many matches, so if someone starts falling behind early doors, then they've got a lot. They haven't got a lot of time to catch up. Yeah, because I think that's the thing. Like this week, I've only got one match in the European League, so it's possible that people like Mr. Green, by the time because he played Spencer last night, which is playing a game in advance, and then he's playing you in advance as well. I might only play 3 matches, and he might play 5 already, so it's all gonna be a bit messed up. But it's fine as these things happen. So anyway,
well, that's good. I mean, it's good having a game in hand, isn't it? So sometimes it's better that way. You know what you've got to do to. I mean, you've got to win, obviously, but if you've got 2 games in hand, it kind of puts you in a strong position as well.
True, but at the same time, I'd rather have the wins guaranteed, right? Rather than going, oh crap, now I've actually got to win the match, so to speak. You'd rather just.
Well, that's it. You see, nothing's guaranteed, and you're the retaining champion, so it's all on you.
I know. That's the bit. Not only I'm the YouTuber and the champ, I've just painted a massive target on my back. But anywho, so in this match today, we have a match between Strider656 playing as Hunters and Randiv playing as Dracula. I think Strider is doing his own commentary, so feel free to check out Strider's channel, and you'll be able to hear all that. I'm not going to do a post-game reaction this time. We're just, Rossco and I are looking at this live. I did a post-match analysis of Strider's first 2 matches, one as Hunters and one as Dracula, so we shall see. If Strider's taken anything on board. Randiv, I haven't seen any matches of Randiv since the previous tournament. I think lost their opening match to Pizza Wizard, but now off the top of my head, I don't know what role they were playing. I'll just quickly check the Discord. Lost first match against Pizza Wizard, but Pizza Wizard was Hunter, so Randiv was Dracula. Then apparently Randiv just told me earlier that I think he beat Fangs of Fire in his previous game, I think. So maybe he's like 1-1 right now. I think. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen it. I'll wait until the results come out tomorrow. So yeah, obviously Randiv. You and I were praising Randiv quite a bit in the last tournament. Definitely one of the newcomers coming in, and maybe found it a little bit tough at the beginning. Like I hadn't played much, but really came into it towards the end and almost qualified for the final stage. Okay,
has he been engaging in games since that tournament, or has he just kind of come back for this one?
A few, not many from what I've seen. Not many, but here and there. Like we played a friendly match. I've seen Randiv about, but obviously he's got his other stuff going on, Magic the Gathering, all that, and just general work stuff. So it hasn't been around that much, but it's been keep up. I've seen him actually posting quite a bit on the Board Game Geek forums. So it has been active in the sense of being thinking about the game, but maybe just hasn't been playing a huge amount, and that's fine. Like people go through stages. They play a lot, don't play much. We play a lot. Like this game's like the primary game that I play most of the time. But I get it. If you've got something else going on, then you're gonna move away from this for a bit and then come back. I'm really happy though to see him back.
Should be interesting. He was a good player.
Yeah.
I think he had involvement. Well, not involvement. He seemed to know a fair bit about the meta stuff of FoD when it was first getting created on digital. So I don't know if he had any communication with Nomad previously, but he seemed to mention a few sort of things that he was familiar with. So I don't know what his background is with that.
You think I know what it. he explained it to me, and I've got to try and make sure I remember it correctly. It was going. it was the change between, I really hope I don't get this wrong, between 3rd and 4th edition. He was part, or I don't know if he was like part of the team, but he gave a lot of feedback about how certain cards should be written. He looked at a lot at so has a lot of game knowledge in terms of cards and what they do type thing, but maybe not so much in terms of like our Discord meta strategy. That would be the kind of thing.
Got you.
But yeah, it's definitely knowledgeable about the game, being personally on Board Game Geek about certain stuff since the previous tournament, so that's cool. Strider, obviously a newcomer to our community. I've never seen Dink before. That's a new name. Strider656, new member of our community, came in sort of around Christmas time. You and I played a few matches. Hasn't played a lot, but it definitely seems willing to learn and was taking on a lot of the feedback. I've been talking to Strider quite a lot, sort of behind the scenes. Because obviously did those 2 post-game analysis of his first 2 games and seems keen to learn and stuff. So
all right, okay. I would have thought this would be quite similar. I mean, he's got his own War of Rings or whatever, the Lord of the Rings stuff he does, which seems a similar setup to this strategically. So I would have thought it wouldn't be too much of a jump for him to take to this. I don't know how he's been getting on. I've not really caught up with many of the games he's played, but yeah, the Lord of the Rings game he plays seems very complex, but not dissimilar. So I think when he finds his feet, he'll probably do well. It's just at the initial, he seemed to just have his own way to do it, and it was like you need to change to kind of get ahead in the game for this one.
I think prior, yeah, we do. Warcraft, we do miss you in the league. That's definitely true. I think also prior to the tournament, I had never played Hunters either, and only played like 3 games prior to the tournament. So yeah, I think it's one of these things in terms of like the strategic understanding of the game. I think that'll be picked up pretty quickly. But it's just the case this, I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, how many hours have we spent talking about item cards, event cards, encounter cards? There's so much stuff in this game. And it's just, I think at the beginning, it's just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? And there's so much stuff. And then trying to also then realize when the game is lost and when you can still win, that's a sort of a hard thing to get. I think that's what happened in the previous game. They just kind of, Strider sort of gave up a little bit too early. And I was like, no, you had the chance. Okay, maybe that was the kind of thing that I saw from it, that gave up a bit too fast.
Right. Okay.
Missed their opportunity. There's some stuff at the beginning which I really critiqued quite a lot and was like, I know it sounds really, really small stuff, but they moved Strider moved Mina and Godalming from 58 where they are now, and then midway through the first week to 38, and then to Italy in order to do like psychic scans and stuff. But they missed 4 supplies, and when you think about it, that's 4 events, so everything was delayed by a day, and then he had no fast horses. And then I started doing calculations. Well, based upon the amount of item cards left in the item deck, if you'd supplied those 6 times, you'd have like a 75% chance of getting 2 fast horses. And that would have solved most of his issues. He was lacking movement, and that was the thing that really cost him the game. So I think with that... true. Yeah, don't night supply either. To be fair...
He said to me, because we're commentating, he goes, I'm just going to keep night supplying. I was like, yeah, good, go on you go, change the meta.
I mean, to be fair, the early game, I mean, Fangs of Fire did benefit a lot because no newspaper got drawn. But, as Dracula, that's out of your control, right? But did, like, a really interesting start, got a nice bodyguards mature, got a nice hoax mature, and yeah, that really sort of put him in, because it also helped the fact that Strider was like night supplying and stuff. But we'll see, we'll take it. We'll go bit by bit and we'll see what happens here. It'll be very interesting to see these two. Nothing of note has really come out. I saw there's a Hyde Scouts, Naples and Dublin, that's it.
Yeah, there was a Hyde Scouts, there was an evil presence that he drew at night. It was swords, and that revealed obviously nothing. So he's done 1 night supply, which again, didn't really reveal.
We've got planned ambush on Mina, which is always nice. That's always nice to have. So yeah.
It'll be fine. Obviously, Aggie's in play, which is always nice to see.
I mean, you're all about that, aren't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any chance you can invite a nun to the party, you've got to do it. They've got a lot of bad habits.
Oh, there you go. That's the
So
quality content you subscribe for, folks. It's not getting any better than that.
that's what's been missing from the channel.
Absolutely.
Okay, so still waiting on Drac move. I think
Yep.
he's not moved on your screen, has he?
Nope, no. Just probably thinking, and that's fine. Yeah, Randiv said to me privately that needs to maybe strategize a bit more as drag, which I totally get. But sometimes you have to be. It's kind of like that combination of being strategizing, but also being adaptable. Because suddenly things can change. And go, oh crap, the hunters moved that. I didn't expect them to. Right, I've got to do this turn or whatever. But
Exactly,
that's part of the game. No rumor tokens.
I've noticed a few startups with splitting Godalming and Mina. Mina started in 37 and Godalming in 58.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a new thing or not, but there seems to be one where I don't know whether.
Who's that? Now I can't. No, now I can't remember. Is that Strider? Or... No, I think it's Fangs of Fire does that. Actually, does it Genoa? 58.
Infield played against me and he put Mina 37.
Oh, that's very fascinating.
Which was strange because I mean he was miles away from there. Plus, you're not on a train line, so unless you get fast horses, you're taking 2 moves to get Godalming to do a search. So
I don't like that. If you're going to do it, go to Genoa, because at least you're on the yellow rail line automatically.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I think you need to have Godalming paired with somebody, because you need to offload good items. I think you need it. Maybe Mina probably, because then at least you can rule out Austria-Hungary. I had a game. Who was I playing last night? The new player. Now I'm gonna butcher the name. I'm gonna check the Discord because that's terrible. I don't want to pronounce this name incorrectly. The Polish guy, who's been posting a lot. Oh yeah. Kazik. There we go. Kept psychic scan. I was in the east. Kept psychic scanning, and the minute he moved to 38 with both of them, I then went into Austria-Hungary. And then when the thing flipped, it said Varna because he got Jonathan Hark, and he was like, "Oh, fuck."
Fine, Dig's being looked after.
First time, cool.
Rumors, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. Randiv didn't place one when he could have done.
Well, it depends if you mean it off a vampire then.
Yeah. Also, then I'm now sort of subscribing to the theory that maybe you save your rumor tokens. Maybe it depends on the opponent. I think I don't know. I tried to now sometimes save rumor tokens and I can bunch them all up at the end or towards the mid game and really piss off the hunters. The minute they want to catch Dracula, I'm like, no, I'm going to see, and you got 3 rumor tokens to deal with. Have fun with that.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's hindsight because if you place rumor token in week 1 and hunters don't find you and it matures, it was a good one to do it. You don't place rumor tokens and you're not found. It feels like a waste of a rumor token because you could have got 7 points instead of 4.
Yeah.
But then if you leave it to the last week and you've got nothing on the board, you're then struggling to get away, and also you're then having to make up 13. Whereas if you've already got 7 on the board and you do get into trouble 3rd week or whatever, you don't really have as much issues regarding, okay, I've only got to make up the last little bit, which is effectively only a reckless bite and 2 moves in the final week.
Yep.
So yeah, it's really one of those. You just can't. You can play it in the first. Whenever I played it in the first week, Drac gets found unless you're far enough away. It's not going to get. Matured. So
I see.
Depends what you open in hand. If you don't get a vamp in the first week, I don't see the point in trying to use it as a ruse because I'd rather save them all.
Yeah. But then if I like, that's what I did last night. My first 3 encounters were Spy, Mob, and Bats, and then I put down a vampire afterwards. And I was kind of like, judging by the way the hunters were moving, I was like, I'll put a rumor on it, and it worked. So I'm also now kind of thinking maybe you don't put down a vampire down first turn, maybe you put down other stuff. Because then if the vampire matures, yeah, you get a few points, but then the whole thing gets wiped, and it's really helping out the hunters. But the hunters maybe by the time it gets to like Monday or Tuesday week 2, and they've still got a massive trail to deal with. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean it is a difficult, because again the other side to that is that if you've got cards down that you can mature. For example, if you played Wolves, you could then layer it.
Yeah.
And then cover that. So effectively, that could be doubled up. Where if there's no rumour tokens, and obviously the hunters can then decide, right, well, we don't need to chase that as much. But then picking up little 3 or 3, 2 new vamps or 3 just on their own, it all adds up. And as you say, you could wipe them, and if it's already a layer, you've already got those ones in place as well. So I guess you want to damage the hunters. There's less time for them to heal and supply. If you do it the first week, they get damaged, but then week 2, all they do is heal up, supply, and you've not really done any damage to them in the first week. Whereas if it's the last and they're chasing Drac, it's a case of you've got a better chance of perhaps, right, okay, they decide not to heal one night because they need a train ticket or something, and then they jump on rats and it's other 2 damage, and it depends on how. I know some players as hunters will their focus is to just target Dracula and almost forget about the encounters.
Yeah.
In which case, happy days, you can just place down hoaxes and vampires all day long.
Yeah.
But you've got others that are very diligent that will clear everything, and then all of a sudden you're like, it just seems like you're treading through treacle, because the end of week 1, it's like you've done a lot of stuff but not really had any productive outlook from it.
Yeah. And especially also as a hunter player, because like, if you don't see many vampires early, then immediately from items perspective, like, oh crap, I've got to hold on to all these stakes, because eventually the vampires are going to come out. And then that means then the hunters are running around onto Drac space with a stake. I was like, well, that's useless. So then that makes combat go in Drac's favor. So it's kind of like this thing where I see arguments for both. Like always, there's always going to be, it's not one correct way to play. It all depends on where you start, what happens. You've got to be adaptable to it. I don't know.
And as you say, those that go by the fast horse meta, 3 of the 4 hunters are going to have fast horses and a stake, and then, as you say, 1 item. So, and if they land on Drac and you've got your vampires there, you do the clever little double vamp, hide, and then Drac. They're going to struggle to do any damage there. So, and again, listen, it's the same as everything, isn't it? We talk about this, but that's all rhetoric, because it could be, if you were able to choose the cards you wanted in your hand, the game would be completely different. It's what you get, even as Drac, what you get given, and sometimes your first hand, you're like, 2 rats, a spy, a saboteur, what the fuck am I going to do with this? So, again, it's all about being reactive to what you get drawn. And again, Dark Call just is there for those reasons, but it just doesn't get used very much. And again, like we're seeing here, paper reports yet, there's a second hired scout, but it's not been revealed, so...
Might find it, but then also it could have got newspaper really early, and the newspaper will flip now the next day. I'm really pleased though that like Strider stayed put in Vienna, hasn't gone around psychic scanning. Has like stayed to the plan, supply. And look at that, and now he's found him. So even if there is newspaper, that's now a bonus. You know where he's 1 space away from Sophia. There's a chance if he'd been moving around, maybe that he wouldn't have found it then. I must just look at the discard pile. A stake's been discarded, which maybe now in retrospect was a bad idea, because that was Mina who discarded it. So you know that Mina doesn't have a stake. Maybe she has a stake already. A knife's been discarded, but apart from that, pretty standard stuff. There's nothing really that I'm seeing that's very strange here, so this is good. Yeah, there you go. Game is indeed afoot, so that's going to be very interesting now. And let's see.
The thing is, they're still on tracks, which is good, so they can use their real tickets, which means you don't have to worry about fast horses.
Indeed. But if fast horses are set up, then even better. They still got to try and find this first location. That's 2 ways from Sophia. That's quite a few places. But if they got a newspaper in hand, then this is going to be very interesting, because I often find, and again, there's no disrespect intended, but when I'm playing against newer hunters, I often start in the east, and they end up having so many issues trying to deal with it, because there's not a lot of movement. You've got to have your fast course economy really well set up. 2 hunters are really out of position, and then by the time they come over, then do they end up overcommitting to the east? You can just quickly escape by sea. You can cause a lot of problems, and there's so many small cities they can't easily resupply again, so if you just start throwing down spies and stuff, it can turn nasty really fast. The hunters got to really watch themselves. They've got to be careful everywhere, but it's something that I find often works.
And there's always that temptation when Dracula's found. It's a case of, shit, we found him. Let's jump on him, and then it's all hands to the pumps, and they just start moving everybody towards Drac, which is what Drac wants, because, like you say, they're out of place, they're out of position, they've got trails on the go. You could slip past them, relatively easily. If they start, jumping down to Sofia with a chartered carriage, and you're sitting up in Klausenberg, you can move forward to 58, and all of a sudden, they're out of there before they even.
It's going to take time for Sword and Van Helsing to even close that
Yeah.
gap, right? Because there's this 38-58 corridor, which is so vital. They're going to take time to get over there. But then the thing is, Godalming and Sophia have to go and deal with these encounters, right? They have to move off this space. They can't just sit there all day. I did like there was a psychic scan, though. I quite like that. There was a psychic scan, and Dracula's not in Austro-Hungary, so he hasn't made it past. Is not sitting in 49 now, thinking, oh, I'll wolf form to 38 now this turn. Or, the next turn, say.
Strider did well. He checked he checked Athens and Naples, I believe, on his hired scout. So things would be ruled out.
I don't know. I don't know. There was Sophia. I didn't see. I didn't catch the other one. The first hired scout was Dublin, Naples. This one was Sophia, and to be honest, I didn't see the other city. I'll be purely honest. It could have well been Athens. If it was Athens, then fair play. Then then he's not heading up north way. He's heading down towards Athens then. So it's most likely going to start in Galatz or Constanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I think also psychic scanning there's a nice little play just to make sure that Dracula's not coming up closer. So you've actually got a bit of time now. Yeah.
And the good thing is, again, talking about strategy changing, it always used to be higher scouts you would check 55-50, or you would check, you would effectively, higher scouts you would clear a continent, so you would clear out the east so that you wouldn't have to move there and be out of position. And then if Dracula's there, the chances are you're going to find him because there's less positions. Plus you can psychic bond Austria. It rules out, whereas now it's more people are checking out Nantes and Dublin and
the extremities.
It allows, it allows for a bit more going back to the old ways. Really, people haven't seen the older strategies. Then it's a case of to them they won't be aware of it. So it's all right, okay. Your kind of Varna, Valona kind of stuff isn't a concern anymore to perhaps the newer players. Although if say that they might well do it, but. It's always fluid, so that's good.
No, that's the cool thing about it. I had that conversation with the new player in the Discord, and just as if like there's not like there's a good or bad way. It's just the game naturally evolves. I think we kind of realized the way to play is try to get into multi-hunter combats. Don't do 1v1s. Supply as much as you can. But other than that, it's pretty fluid, especially the way that Dracula plays. It's pretty, high trick was a thing, then it disappeared, now it might come back again, who knows, it all depends on, how things go. Fast horses seems pretty set, but obviously then Dracula has to work around that. Dracula knows, right, the hunter's going to have a lot of movement, but how can I disrupt those things? And there are ways, right, we've talked about it before in our videos and whatever, there are ways you can disrupt those, which is nice. So yeah, that's just the key thing now is just obviously they've got to try and clear up these first couple of encounters without any difficulty. There's no rumour token, so if it is a vampire mature, maybe you could leave it. It just depends on how well equipped they are. Oh, Seward's still supplying. Oh, that screams to me that Seward's got like crap stuff. You'd surely move Seward up to Paris otherwise. Oh, fair enough.
Well,
Another stake in the discard pile. Gotta be a little bit careful here. If Randiv pays attention to this, could take advantage. We'll see. I don't know if Mina has horses.
3 rifles have been discarded as well. So 3 rifles, garlic, and knife. So to me, that shouts he's holding on to heavenly hosts.
Yep, and
but
pistols.
But then it's. I mean, they're all well and good for the damage thing, but we've seen that you can pretty much recover from it, and you could potentially get killed from it. So, and it kind of negates CG if you've got used to that later as well.
Yeah.
So Mina and Godalming have both got fast horses. That's interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, especially now they're going into the eastern part of the map, they're going to have a lot of movement, which is really good. Obviously now the horse economy is not perfect, but that's okay. You're going to have wee slips with the economy here and there. That's
I would have checked 59, I think, with one of them just to block, if he has gone Sophia 49.
Oh no, there's a psychic scan, so that's not possible. Unless he's going to do it where Dracula went 50, went to say 55, they psychic scanned, and now has moved into 49.
Because they moved after they found him in 50, so he could have gone Valona 49.
Yeah, he's now in 49 now, and then maybe could be wolf form, especially the fact that Sword and Van Helsing haven't moved. You could easily wolf form to 38. If you really
and you could you could do a lot of damage central Germany, and then
not even better. Go to Zagreb, move one more space, and then wolf form.
Yeah,
and you could be fucking anywhere at that point.
I mean, you could even just go 59, 38, misdirect 59, and then keep your wolf form for when the two of them, when Van Helsing and get close. So
that could work too. Yeah.
Because it looks like Godalming are Mina and Godalming are heading east regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to try and fan them out, because here now you got both of them on the northern side. You need to try and move one at the north, one below.
Seems to me Godalming thinks that Galatz may be the starting position. Then he's gone 10, 50.
Maybe. It's either 22 or 17. Unless has done 46 hide and then gone to Sophia.
Yeah, well, it could.
And then 55, then doing other stuff. Oof, I don't know. We're hedging our bets. I mean, it's very possible, unless Hans will get a little bit fortunate here, because there are a lot of spaces to check. These first couple of things might mature, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So they didn't have newspaper clearly, so that's now 2 games in a row where Strider hasn't got any newspapers, sort of by Friday or first week, which is pretty unfortunate, but is what it is.
Well, you won't be surprised here. One of my games, I got no newspaper reports. So at all in the whole game.
Jeez, I think the game against Burke Marley, did I get newspaper? No, I found him with a hired scout.
Yeah, it's.
I found his starting location, fortunately. So that worked.
This is another good point as well, I think, here, that if you're in the European, you don't want to go to sea at this stage, because it pretty much makes it easy for hunters to know where you've gone.
Stay on land as long as possible.
Stay on land as long as you can. If you get to 55, the temptation is, okay, well, I can go to the Adriatic, but then you're kind of to Bucharest. Okay, so he has gone.
He's going north then, yeah. So maybe he did start in 46 then, or 55.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So could have. He didn't check. It could have been Athens then, because he could well have started Athens 55-50 Bucharest. So it could well be a way. If that's the case, that's going to mature anyway. So.
Oh, that's brutal. That is good shitposting.
That is tournament banter at its best. Well done, Randiv.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's trash talk. Love it. Oh dear. I mean, obviously, I don't normally advocate much talking tournament games, but that's funny. That's brilliant.
Link to horse economy, Fed.
Oh dear. Right.
Hey, at least he's not burnt them yet. So at least he's not got any white ones. Hopefully, he's not killed his horses.
No. I mean, that's the most important thing. And also, in this situation, Godalming and Mina staying in 58 and supplying one turn longer wouldn't have made a difference, because even if they had found the location, they wouldn't have had enough movement to get there. So it's not, the hunters haven't moved too early here. They've done exactly the right play. They just got a little bit unlucky with the movement, and also the fact that the way Dracula has moved. But that's that's okay. We'll have to just wait and see what things mature. Maybe it's not a maturable thing. I mean, it probably is, let's be honest. But until it matures, we don't know how bad it's going to be.
You don't know what his cards are, yeah. And if it's not worth maturing, then it's not a bad place to put in as a layer if you're going to end up working around that area. So, yeah. It'd be... See, excellent... Again, going back, excellent weather at this stage. I don't know, because Drax nowhere near Van Helsing. You can afford to take a day, I think, to then have it, save excellent weather, because he's going to go to sea later in the game, and then all of a sudden you find that there was if you found that if Dracula was in Paris, okay, excellent weather is Van Helsing. He's nowhere near.
Now this could be interesting. Are you going to play plan ambush on this vampire?
Or has she got a stake to try and get away? Well, I mean, if she's got, yes.
Right. Okay. So now, this is my mentality. If you're playing plan ambush, this means you want to kill it in combat. You do not use plan ambush here unless you want to be aggressive. At least that's the way I would do it. Unless if she had like 4 health, got it. You're gonna play plan ambush to try to dodge and escape. But in this situation where you're super healthy, I'd be playing planned ambush here to try and kill the thing. If I didn't want to kill, if I got a stake, well, let's see. Does she have a stake?
She there's one item, so just something, but we don't know.
But she had a pistol, but now suddenly switched to fast horses. So, but he didn't supply. So, like, has he still actually got the pistol in his hand? It's like holy bullets. We haven't seen any holy bullets in the discard pile, by the way.
No.
I think this is gonna be pistol and holy bullets. You know.
Could be interesting.
I don't think he supplied. I think he generally like switched the items. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Unless it is.
They did trade with Godalming, so unless they've done a trade.
Oh, it could be a knife stake then, I suppose. Well, we'll see. If it's a knife and a stake, then I wouldn't. Oh shit. Okay. Well, you can't. If it is a gun, you can't play it. Or if it's a knife, you can't play it. Do you just escape here? This is why.
I mean, if you've got a stake, you're gonna escape, and you take no damage, don't you? So.
Yeah. But this is why I don't play plan ambush in this situation. Yeah.
To be honest, I would always save plan ambush for Dracula.
Yeah, or for a really, really vital vampire kill later.
Yeah,
I don't like using plan ambush as a glorified escape.
No.
That's just me.
Because now it's revealed, blood transfusion. But yeah, once you use that, it reveals what Mina's other card is.
I mean, that doesn't give much information. Yeah.
For that, no. But again.
But then, would you rather reveal a good event but still have a good event? Probably. Yeah.
So that's interesting. He put a Reckless in Belgrade, which makes me think if the next one matures as a Dracula, that's going to burn the next 3. Then he's got Belgrade. Again, no rumour tokens. Or have these 4? Are they all just
like bodyguards and hoaxes and stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, that could be pretty gnarly. Yeah.
They're just cards he doesn't want to. It's just like get them burnt, and then you're going to start picking up the good cards that you can start laying down now.
Yeah, but I agree. Actually, it's actually really funny. Oh no, she did discard the pistol. Oh wait.
Godalming's got the stake. Okay.
It's a vampire. Oh, I mean, good catch. I mean, also the good thing is now you can resupply in Bucharest. Oh, but then you got to try and stop all this other stuff. Oh, I think as hunters you just have to let these first 2 go. I mean, obviously the first one's definitely going to mature. I think you just have to let the second one go as well. You don't Godalming walking off the big city otherwise. Oh, Waxilidus.
Use.
I mean,
he's going to deduct because he's not going to hide. So just find out what is.
No, actually, that's actually. I think that's a good use of analysis because now at least you know that once this matures, you don't have to worry about the next thing. Because obviously, if this had been, say, a hoax or whatever, the hide card would have still been on the trail, and the hunters would have been running around going, "Oh, there's something else we've got to try and find." No. He now knows, right, so long as it matures, and you got a free turn until Sophia matures. I think that's a good. I think that's actually a good use of Waxilidus. Yep. So it's only Salonica mature. So as a hunter perspective, that's pretty good. Only one thing's going to mature, not 2. Shame he didn't have it earlier, but maybe only got it today. Who knows?
Well, this is it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if he just picked up Aristocratic for Bucharest and then threw down he must have thought if I mature Salonica, I'm going to burn my Aristocratic anyway. If Salonica is a vampire, but again, no rumour tokens are any 3 is interesting.
Let me just.
If you have got a vampire in Salonica, you're kicking yourself that you didn't.
Yeah, the rumour tokens are active. You just choose not to play them.
Yeah.
But then I also get like why you would do Aristocratic Reckless, because if they burnt the stake on the Aristocratic, then it's like, oh crap, now I've got no stake for the Reckless. So.
Oh yeah.
But then in that situation, then maybe you don't ambush on Mina. I know you want to try and get a point out of it, and you burn a planned ambush, which is good, but she didn't stake, which kind of implies to me that she doesn't have a stake.
Well,
But
Godalming had it, and there's two. Godalming had it, and there's 2 in the discards. That's 3 stakes now gone.
yeah, the chance of her having the other one's unlikely.
And well, unless otherwise she would have staked on her turn. So
Yeah, but I agree. It's really funny. We made that video about external weather, and now the more and more and more I think about it, or external weather, all the event cards. But now I think about it, I hold on to external weather because I hate if you move Van Helsing off the UK and then suddenly Drac then goes to the UK. Like, oh crap! Now we've all got to go slowly to the UK. You want to try to get there quickly and catch him off guard. So I try to hold on to external weather now. I know it delays Van Helsing by a turn, but unless if you need to do a vital trade with Seward in Paris. Is it a problem? Not really.
well, the thing as well, depending on if Drac in 3rd week jumps to sea again, hoax.
Nice hoax mature. Nice hoax mature. Because they got to deal with Sophia. They got an extra day though, but still, that's a nice mature. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got Drac's escaping the hunters and say he jumps down to Barry or something, and it's like, right, you're going to struggle to get there. You can trade excellent weather to get a hunter down there to block him before he gets there, or whereas again, like you say, if you burn excellent weather just to move on, and like I say, in this situation, I don't see there was any relevance because Drac was nowhere near them, and he's not going to do anything in the meantime. You could have taken that time to then just move across. So, but it now means that he's on land and he can start moving. So there's that as well. It's
There's pros and cons to everything. Obviously now because it went Belgrade, so. Can't go back to Sofia, so it's neither now in... Was it can't be in 53, because I think Mina was there? Where's Mina? Mina's either in 11 or 53, so could actually now be in 59. And a wolf form would be pretty deadly at this point. But then again, maybe do what you do? Do you hold it, get to Munich? Because wolf form from Munich's even worse.
Well, this is it. I mean, I would if you haven't and you're in 59 now, I would you just walk to Munich because... Neither of those two with fast horses can get to you anyway. Even if she finds you in 59, meh. And then you can just even move one more space from 38 and then wolf. You could be, it's pretty even there.
So 6 more Dracula cards went into the pile. So there were 7 in total. Dracula's picked up 1. Wasn't a manual. It's something that he's holding on to. Obviously, hopefully we'll be able to get to see what the card is. Because not often that Dracula gets a card, normally anyway. At least from a host mature, so it'd be really cool to see what that card is. So obviously the hide you don't have to worry about. So it's just, Godalming can sort of calmly supply 1 turn, deal with Sophia. Mina has to kind of, you've got this vampire dove in Belgrade. Hopefully Godalming gets a stake. Mina has to try and find out where he's gone next. You need to check 49 immediately. It's kind of imperative. I wouldn't go to 59 though, because you've just burned a planned ambush. So you're not getting in that combat. You don't want to jump on a Dracula's space. Not with Mina. No chance. No.
Tell you what would be a hell of a bold move and quite good if you went from Belgrade. If you went Klausenberg, Latz, Godalming's going to go to Sofia. And then you just you then get hide back. You hide in Galatz, and all of a sudden it's like they then start scooting off to the west again, and you just keep moving around east. But
you need supply. I think you need supply before going. I mean, you don't have to supply before going to Sofia, but I feel like you're in a big city. Take advantage and supply. But when else are you going to get back to a big city? Because then you're going to have to move back to Bucharest later.
I mean, the good thing is he's cleared Bucharest. It's not as if you're going back to another event and get hit again.
No, that's
rats or something. So,
but it's the wasted movement, right? That's what I mean. Because you've got fast horses, so he's got one other thing. Yeah. And if that weapon goes by a spy or something, I don't know. The only problem is if he went to like Galatz then hid, he's gonna have to misdirect Bucharest to go back there. That's the only downside to this. It's not gonna come off the trail quickly enough. I guess you could like Dark Call feed and then go back to Bucharest.
Does Wolf form to 17?
I mean, that's another thing you could do. Yep, Wolf form to 17, and then you can move back to Bucharest later, or whatever. Then go back to Sofia again. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the. I can't remember who it was. I played Apology if they watched this. There was Hang on, let me think if I can remember who it was.
Get the brain cells, get the grey matter working.
Oh, hang on. Let me just kick-start it with the bellows. But it was we were in Spain. I was Dracula, and there were hunters in Spain, and I wolf formed from the Med just the one space to Alicante, and then moved to Granada, and they were in Spain. So they already searched that. I'd left from 47, went to the Med, wolf formed, and literally sitting next to Seward for 3 turns, and then they all cleared their ideas in Spain, already moved up, and he came to the stage, and they were like, hang on, I've missed someone. I've searched everywhere you can be. What's happened? And I was like, well, I said, I'll tell you after. I said, I can't say to you. And so they eventually left Spain. I then moved to Cadiz and just basically walked in their shadows. And then the Atlantic came off again. I went back to sea and finished. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It was Zolt in our first game of the tournament.
Zolt was telling me.
Did he? Right, okay. So,
obviously, he didn't tell me all the details, but he just said, I forgot you could wolf from Mediterranean back to Spain. I'm like, Yep.
Then he said that's a ballsy. I said, well, yeah. I said, because all it would have taken was
psychic
local rumours.
Oh, yeah, local rumours. Yeah. You've been fucked.
And, CG gets played and that was it. But it was one of those where I thought, fuck it, it's a tour, you've got to try something different. So
just to see, there's a couple of things which have happened here. Mina jumped to 59 against better judgment, but fortunately Dracula wasn't there, and now Gadami's stuck in a night fight with a reckless vampire that is in Sophia. There's a line of them now to deal with. Now, the other rumour token, do you just let one mature? That's the question.
That's it, yeah, so that's interesting.
That's two. So it's 2 reckless, 2 aristocratic, 1 aristocratic, 2 reckless already. Hoax mature is pretty nice too. It depends on what it was.
Do you plan that the reckless is going to die, but you want to do damage on a hunter? And hope that or as you say, they waste their stake on the reckless. Then they got aristocratic or delayed, and then they go to the reckless.
But it's also why Gadami should supply, because now he would have hopefully, obviously it all depends on the items, but he hopefully would have 2 combat cards here, not 1. There's a lot more limiting what you can do with 1 combat item, especially at night. I mean, it's a good knife, but the problem is now he knows you have a knife, and because you're mesmerized. Yeah. This is why you need 2. This is why you need 2 items. That's okay. But the thing is, Dracula's not in 59. So, they're not having...
He's in Glass. He's gonna go Glass and hide. He's doing the ballsy move.
I mean, it might well be. I mean, you called it. If he does it, then you've called it. It'll be a very ballsy move. Obviously, with all these vampires around, Mina and Gadami won't be on the same space for a while. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I mean, it's Gadalming, so it's not as bad, but oof. You feel bad when you see a claws and you've punched at night. That's not... Yikes.
Guess it gets him 1 health.
So we could try and punch him. Yeah, dodge, then punch, maybe? I don't think you play knife now. It's just too easy that you play knife, and he gets broken.
Yeah. Assuming, I mean, he did play strength yet, so yeah, you're right. It's one of those where.
If I was Randiv here, I would try to escape. I would escape as mist if I had it, because you want to try and keep it alive. The longer you're delaying Gadalming, then the better. Especially if Gadalming only has 1 item.
He hasn't got a stake, so he's going to have to then either move away and come back to you, or what's he going to do? Just come back to you with a knife again. So.
I mean that I respect. I mean, that's a massive result. That I could, if you've got a strength in hand, just play strength, because there's no disadvantage to playing strength, and that's a huge result. That's massive.
I think strength's a great card, especially at night battle.
Yeah.
But they've got 1 item, you've got 2 strength, you've got a 1 in 4, or 2 and 4 rather, of actually hitting them at the same time. So.
Yeah. So good.
Now, do you? Okay, so we're on 5. The problem is.
Fang. Do you? I mean, you get a point out of it, and you heal the vampire. Then Gadami gets bitten. I mean,
because you can't.
Because if he claws and punches, the the vampire would die. So I guess you just play Fangs. You don't want this vampire to die. You want to try and keep it alive, because it's going to be a fucking menace to deal with.
The good thing now is you can use Escape as Bat if you have it, because Knife's gone. So.
Yep. Oh, he's gone for the kill.
Oh, has he gone for the punch?
Oh, he didn't. Oh, I mean...
Okay.
Because even if he did kill that vampire, like, Gadami will be on 1 health, and there's another vampire 1 road away, like... But now the problem is now Gadami he can't dodge now, he has to play something. So as a Reckless, do you just play Strength? Do you play Fight? I mean, the problem is, like, Gadami's like...
You got to play, if Reckless got Fangs, you just got to play it, because you're gonna get... All you can do is escape or punch, so you're gonna get damage and health back.
Yep.
Oh, so that's the only thing. You don't start messing around with.
But then the downside is, well, maybe do you actually play Strength? Because then if Gadami plays Punch, that's an extra 2 damage rather than the Bite. Is the Bite really that valuable here? Oh, he escapes. That's also fine too. Whoa, he did play Punch. I mean, fair play, to be honest.
Punch.
Yeah.
When you say that bite at this time in the game could be the difference between. We've discussed that before about 1 less day at the end of the game to actually play about Fury Dracula hitting.
I mean, especially because he didn't ambush with it. So yeah.
Like if you can get any damage off hunters at any time, it's a bonus to Drac. Then now it would mean
moving
that
one day less, 1 day fewer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, why are we playing Wax Cylinders?
I've hidden because it hides on the
hides on the trail.
We didn't notice that. Okay.
Ooh, 3 escapes, Mesmerize and Plot. Ah, right, he played the right choice then. And Mesmerize would have been useless, yeah, just escape. That was a good fight for Dracula, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, as hunters, I just let this Sophia thing mature.
You would.
Because it's such a pain in the
ass.
What are you going to do?
Either make it a layer, or you mature it and you burn Bucharest, Belgrade, which means you can leave Belgrade, get back on his trail.
Yep.
I mean, Gadami's going to have to go somewhere else to get a stake, hopefully at Bucharest, then come back, then get ambushed again. It's just such a volley. You got to pick your battles. So I would just.
And he's so
there's
low
no rumor tokens, so take advantage of it.
I'd say so. Yeah. Yeah. And then it burns whatever's after Belgrade. That's okay. Yeah. I'd cut your loss. That's what I would say at this point. Cut your losses.
If he turns Sophia to a layer, you could even argue let Belgrade mature, because then that frees up the others. So you can just basically try and, jump 38, check there or whatever. But you want them to reveal the cards. So
I'll just say, really well played by Randiv. Realised that Gadami didn't have a stake, so didn't ambush him. Because during the day, that's a different fight. Knife doesn't get broken. Claws doesn't do as much. That was a good delay. Just didn't take the point, because it could have maybe got a point from an ambush Fangs. Because I went for the slightly bigger play. Let's do the knife fight. And even though revealed the knife at the right time and all, still the vampire came out on top of that.
And that's the importance of keep looking at the discard pile and knowing who's discarded what. Like you say, it's not always about ambushing them for the sake of it. You can do obviously a lot more damage. I mean, that's Gadami down to 5 from 11, so you've done a lot of night damage on the tank. He only heals 1 per night, so.
Yep. Seward's really far away, so the chance of them meeting up is highly unlikely. Where got me? Yep. But we didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. just let Sophia mature and
There's no benefit to bar saving 4 points, but nah, you just gotta let it go and move on. It's
move on with your life.
Move on with your afterlife, yeah.
Yep.
Interestingly, if he turns Sophia to a layer, it may then the years that maybe he's planning to stay in Eastern Europe and go back there.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I don't think a Dracula player. Right, bless you, but I don't think me into it. I just take the 4 guaranteed points. You got a Drac card and 4 guaranteed points. That's okay. I will say that rumor token is only good if you're not going to mature Sophia. If you mature Sophia, that's a wasted rumor token right there. Yeah.
Hope he's done the calculations right.
Maybe not. I did see in the Discord that Randiv posted something from his first game saying the low points from his game, one of which was forgetting that when a vampire matures, it clears the trail, so then rumor tokens get eaten up with it. I was like, ooh, yeah, that's a yikes. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to roll horses. Just get to big city, supply, just do your thing. You know Bucharest is safe, so just go there and do all that stuff. Whoa, I mean, could he have been there? No, I don't think so. No, he couldn't have been there because he had to go via Bucharest. Just go to Bucharest, like, because now, I don't know. Oh, well, okay, well, whatever. He's at a big city, that's
a big city, yes, that's one thing, so.
That's the most important thing, yeah. That's the most important
Okay, so let's see, so Belgrade, Minas checked 15-9.
Could have gone 49, could be going to Athens.
Could have gone 28-11. Gonna skirt and buy her again.
Yeah, could have gone 53, 28, 11. It's now 3 away. It could even be in 58 conceivably by now. Ooh.
Belgrade.
And Seward supplied again.
Here we go. Okay,
hang on, he could catch him in 58, you know.
Yeah, this is useful.
Oh, and then get into a 2v1 with him and Mina. Oh. Can you imagine?
Saucy.
Now that I like.
Well, now choose the right one. Don't go down to 37.
No, absolutely not. There you go.
That's it. There you go.
Oh, drum roll. Brrr. Come on. And he found him! Whoa. Look at this.
Right, now, have you got
a weapon?
He's got fast horses, so surely he's got to have one conventional sitting on him.
No, Van Helsing doesn't have fast horses.
I'm saying, yeah, so surely he's got to have to counter the bodyguards.
And he had a pistol, which is no surprise. Mina can now walk in for free. Yeah, get into a 2v1. I don't know what Mina has. Oh yeah, she has a combat item and something which is not a combat item, but it's not a stake. That screams holy bullets to me. Yeah, I think you still take the 2v1, honestly. Just go for it and just try and really... I mean, if he escapes his bat, it'll be pretty gnarly. The thing is, 2 knives are in the discard pile and 3 rifles are in the discard, so escape his bat is very, very possible here.
And all he'll take is the 2 damage from Aggie.
Oh. Van Helsing only has 2 combat items as well. So does he have holy bullets? I hope if it is double holy bullets, hopefully you realise you only play 1 holy bullets per combat. That'll be gnarly if he tries to play both. Ooh.
I think one of them's got to have heavily host, and the fact that Mina didn't want to show what she had in the last fight, I think she's holding on to heavily.
Then what's her other item then? If it's a non-combat item. If it's a stake, you would have played stake on the vampire, surely. If you had dogs, oh no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's dogs.
There's nothing to come up yet for dogs, so you don't know.
So that's the only 2 things it could be. So maybe Van Helsing has it. Maybe Van Helsing has a pistol and heavenly host.
Yeah.
And then bullets. Planned ambush would have been great because you could almost guarantee holy bullets then, or at least then you guarantee that the thing's not going to get broken. Ooh.
Despite this 2-1, which is good, it's still pretty strong for Drac. The health and their items aren't the best.
No, and if you end up breaking something or getting one of them, I mean, if Mina does play rifle or pistol first, or Van Helsing does, and he gets broken, well, I mean, happy days. That's a weapon down. You can kind of work around it. I don't know if Holy Circle is. That was an accident. I mean, maybe, but to be honest, if you counted the spaces, he could have been there. Yep. Oh, let's see. Oh, this is unless he plays Fangs. Oh no, Strength. Oh, it's a Crucifix. Yikes. Oh, I mean, out of all the things to get broken, it's probably the best thing to get broken, but still, that's... Now he knows he's only got a pistol. Ah. Right, Holy Bullets? Surely Holy Bullets.
If your method's right.
Has to be. What? What the f... Because it didn't even come up with the prom. What the f... It has to be dogs then, surely.
Yeah.
Unless it is a stake, but he didn't play the stake, maybe.
Yeah. Unless, again, he was thinking Sophia Vamp is going to clear Belgrade. I want to save the stake for something else. I don't.
Maybe. Well, I haven't got a clue, mate. I haven't got a clue. Oh well, we'll find out soon enough, probably. But that's. I was expecting the Holy Bullets, but that's even better for Drag. To see no Holy Bullets come out, that's an amazing. Or you just strength Van Helsing now, because Van Helsing's going to have to play his own pistol at some point. I don't know how many Holy Circles. Oh! No, Holy Circles count as a combat item, so it can't be a Holy Circle. One of them's been discarded. I don't think the second one has.
Wouldn't have been a wreath because you have to play the wreath when it comes out, so...
Yeah, because I would have been prompted. I mean, I was actually really well played. I mean, to be fair, playing the Crucifix wasn't a bad idea, because we were both certain they had Heavenly Host. So... playing Crucifix to try to bait the Fangs is not a bad play by Van Helsing, honestly. I get it.
That's true. That's true.
But I was then well played by Drac for just, or maybe Drac didn't have Fangs. So that would have been 3 health. It would have been pretty gnarly.
Okay, so Van Helsing played his pistols, which now the move he wants to do is dodge just to avoid it, or they try and escape and Drac just takes him out with claws, unless of course they got great strength. So
right, I've realised, you see here where Mina's got a white background and Van Helsing has a dark background. I think I've realised now what it is if you mesmerize a hunter.
Ah. Okay.
That is a nice feature.
Yeah, one that we never knew about for ages.
Yeah.
Does my guy keep changing his...
Yeah. That's now whoever in the development team, if that is actually what it means, then that is really well played by the development team at Nomad for doing that. That is a very nice little touch there.
Yeah.
Right, work after that. Oh!
Going for it.
I mean, good dodge. Good dodge again. That's twice now. Dodge the claw attack. But now imagine if you got a second claws, then he's. Oh, there's the pistol. I mean, right, so you're not going to claw Mina when you know there's a pistol. Needs to try and get escaper's bat or kill out of this. Otherwise, this is kind of you're taking 5 damage, not for nothing, but you need to get some. You need to get some sort of win out of this. You need to get a bat or a kill, or both. That would be better. If you could kill Van Helsing and then escaper's bat against Mina, that'd be even better.
I wonder, yeah. The problem is now he's kind of back and forth because you're going to do 2. Well, saying that, I would fang Van Helsing this round. Even if he's got pistol, you're going to get him out of the game. He's already mesmerised.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't. Well, if he had pistol, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's the only way you could stop. Oh yeah, because if he has holy bullets, then yeah, you do have to fang him. Yeah, that's right. You can't claw him.
Yeah. Gets him out of the way. It then reveals one of his cards as well. So we'll see if he's got something.
Yeah, no great strength, because obviously you wouldn't get this bite prompt otherwise. The Strider's just having to choose which thing to reveal. You got 2 health back and he got him out. If Mina now escapes. Oh yeah, of course he takes 2 damage for escape from Aggie, doesn't he? Yeah. Oh, she stayed in the combat. Oh. Escaper's bat, surely. If you have Escaper's bat, you play it right now.
You want to escape? Why would you not want to stay and just try and...
You can't kill her. She's going to have... Well, or could you?
She's just got a pistol.
If Dracula has a Mesmerize and Fangs, then yes.
You only played 1 clause, so you could strength this round, destroy her pistol.
Nah, I would Mesmerize Fangs. You can't kill her. You can do a lot of damage. I mean, you can do a lot of damage to her, but she's just gonna dodge this round. So you've broken her pistol, which is good.
Escaper's bat now, I guess. Take the 2 damage, actually down to 7 though, and then.
Yeah, or maybe you don't escape then. Maybe you just wolf.
I'm saying, I don't think.
Rather than escape his bat, you just wolf him. Yeah, Aggie's been a bit of a nuisance here. He did take quite a lot, to be fair. Given the items that the hunters had, 6 damage on Dracula. Oof. Yeah.
The thing is, in the morning, Van Helsing's there, but he's not got a weapon.
Yeah, he's gonna have
now lost hers, so they're just going to come back at you with 2, 3 basic, so what
Yeah,
you
so
could move by then.
just move normally. As long as there's no consecrated ground, like nothing really bad can happen. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, don't escape. Yeah, just claw her or something. And if she's stupid enough to punch, then you could do lots of damage to her. You take one more damage, but one more damage is not going to be the end of the world. And then if you could have bitten her, because the fact that she's got dodge is almost impossible. Oh, okay, we actually went for this game as bat.
Taking 2, right? Okay, well,
Ooh,
not sure about that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. I mean, the only good thing with this is if he then even combines it with a wolf form or doesn't, it's got quite a lot of distance from the Huns, and the Huns are going to have to move to find him and supply, which is going to be really nasty to deal with. Where if he stays close by, they can just supply and then catch up later.
The thing is, he's going to be, I guess he's going to be heading closer to Seward, who's fully tooled up. And on what, 6 health with Drac, you wouldn't mind jumping into him with Seward and that could be, got a heroic leap.
Yep.
Could be difficult.
Yep.
Yes, Strider. Sister Agatha is amazing. He's a top tier if you watch that video.
Meanwhile, Rufus Smith is just crying in the fetal position.
Exactly. You know what I mean? What use is Rufus when you're on terra firma?
I mean, that's true. That I cannot argue with. Oh, is that a sense of emergency I spy? A sense of emergency. That's the thing, also, Van Helsing's so low health, he can't chase Drac even if he wants to. It's basically all down to Seward, which is actually a position you kind of want. Imagine, though, if there is a desecrated soil somewhere in this trail. Imagine...
Yeah, but well, you know what Sofia and Belgrade are, so it's going to be a while before the desecrated soil even matures. So, I mean, you're going to be risking, Drac's now on 7. If he wheel forms now, he'll be on 6, which fair enough. I mean, he could be in 60 now and get down, but then, yeah, I don't know. In saying that, Van Helsing's still got his pistol. He's not got anything, but then Dracula couldn't. I don't know. Maybe he couldn't have stayed. The day fight, he could have maybe done some damage, but
I don't know. You just then you slowly getting chipped away. But then if I broke so much of their stuff, though, like clearly she doesn't have another combat item. Like how bad could it be? But then imagine then if somehow a heroic leap magically got traded around somewhere. Yeah, so not great fight for Dracula, but then it all depends on how the hunters play it from now on. I know it's really bad, but it's beginning of week 2, by the way, right? This is not the beginning of week 3. So like.
Oh yeah, there's no rush. There's no panic yet.
No, just protocol. Get supplied up, heal up, and then chase. Seward's gonna have to do a bit of moving around to try and narrow down location, but
I mean, the other option is you escape as bat, you don't wolf form this time, and you feed. Then you can decide what you want to do. I mean, potentially you could get not bad places. You get 37, 6, or you could just move 1 if you wanted to, or you could escape to 41. They can't really get to you, like you say. If they follow you now, they can't. Then you feed, and then for there you could wolf form, and that gets you down to 36, 59, So.
Just a normal move, but that's okay. But then you can misdirect the escape as bat thing later, and that'll cause a right headache. I mean, yeah, realistically, I mean, that's a problem, right? You could be in 36. Would you honestly go to 36, knowing that Seward is on a rail line to you? I would say not. Maybe go somewhere like 21 and wait for Seward to move away, then you can sneak by.
Randiv has to decide whether he wants to mature this Reckless and get another 4, which will take him up to 5.
Or we try and get 7 later.
Okay.
Well, that's a rumour token card, but it got full points, so and then 1 point from the bite. Remember, so that's actually that's pretty
5
big.
Points,
yeah, pretty big. Yeah. Intriguing.
Who's... Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, too many folk commenting. I'm not reading all that.
Just another new player. It's really cool though. Getting lots of new players. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, it was my
So...
drumming up interest in the Nomad stream yesterday.
I'd be tempted to feed now. I'd be tempted to feed because tomorrow, as you say, I don't think the two closest hunters to him aren't going to jump on him.
No.
Well, I mean, they might. Who knows?
Seward is the only one who's going to be realistically moving around. Good supply. I agree. I know you're burning a Dracula card, which is a bit shit, but you have to get the items, and eventually you'll work through these Dracula cards. Yeah.
I think Randiv must have just made that Rumour token mistake again there. I don't think he's worked, because why would you place it knowing it was going to...
Yeah, it's going to fall. Yeah, I died. Yeah. Because it's almost certain in that situation with this, the extent, the situation that Gadami was in. Gadami's never searching that vampire again. I mean, it is possible that Gadami would have searched it again. And you might get unlucky with combat, and he just knifes you. But then what? He's then got a vampire 2 turns away. He's going to still deal with... Yeah.
So this is now so interesting. Yes, the Seward, we've not seen any. Well, we know he's got wax cylinders.
But that's it. That's all we know. Nothing else.
That's it. So he's done very well, because usually Seward is the first one to jump. So I think I like the strategy of keeping Seward in the back instead of Van Helsing, because now he's got the strongest tool, the strongest events. Well, sorry, full events, full tools. Heal double as fast as the others.
Oh.
He's now coming into where Drac may be. Wow.
Oh, I mean. Didn't I just say that Marseille would be such a risky move, given the fact that Seward's on a rail line right to you? I mean, fair play. Now, is Seward equipped? That's the question.
He didn't, and Dracula didn't ambush him.
And he didn't ambush. Maybe it's a hoax or aristocratic. You don't send anybody. You do not send Van Helsing in here.
Hell no.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a holy bullet, but like you're gonna have to spend 2 health to get in there, and then imagine if it's an encounter that does actually damage.
Oh yeah, Van Helsing does that, jumps in Marseille, and then he ambushes with a fog. All of a sudden, 2 of your hunters can't do any damage, obviously unless they've got forewarned. But then all of a sudden, you've trapped 2 of them.
Yeah.
You can just feed wolf form before you know it. Boom.
Yeah. There you go. From Marseille, Marseille is the worst wolf form location. Out of Strasbourg, there's just so many places you could go.
Oh yeah.
Gnarly. I mean, you've done me before. Wolf forming from Marseille.
Yes. I mean, the best. I guess what you want to do, you could try and get. Oh dear. Strider.
I really don't know how I feel. I mean, to be fair, if he gets a holy bullets off in this combat, then honestly it might be worth it. He might just kill Dracula straight away. I get why he's playing. I understand why he's taking the risk, but this could backfire massively. Is this going to be fog?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Anyone got 4
Oh, he doesn't have. Oh.
Play.
I mean, fair play, Drac. That's well played. He saw the sense of emergency and maybe figured that somebody else would jump in. I mean, that's actually well done. Yeah, that was incredibly risky by Randiv not to have ambushed.
I guess, well, surprisingly, Seward's not, hasn't got a forewarned in one of those 4 events. You'd expect he would have had something there, but especially jumping on Marseille, you kind of think, well, if you're going to drop to a port, got to make sure you've got that. And even if he tried to ambush Van Helsing, the 4-1 would have kicked in anyway. So,
whoa.
Okay, well that's fine. Drac can now feed, and then Wolf, and.
But can you imagine though, if Van Helsing didn't walk in, then combat would definitely happen, and goodness knows what Seward's tooled up with, because he hasn't shown any horses. That could be 4 combat. I mean, that is gnarly.
Held Drac by Van Helsing jumping in there, to be fair.
The fact he bit him and saw the fact that he saw the sense of emergency and maybe thought, oh, maybe he might jump onto me. I'll hold the fog. That is incredibly well played. I wouldn't have had the guts to do that. I would have just ambushed with fog instantly.
Which again wouldn't have mattered, because you would have Scot-sword, and then the sense of emergency would have been null and void because he couldn't got you anyway. So
Yeah.
you still would have been in the same situation, just that now he's blocked 2 hunters, which is.
I mean, the disadvantage is that Van Helsing can heal quicker. But I think in all said and done, you know that.
I mean, you can heal. You can do a bit of trading, so that can help kind of gives Van Helsing a different combat deck.
Yeah, but the thing is the fact they've used a sense of emergency. A charter carriage, charter carriage was a good play because they did get into a 2v1, and that's a good situation to be in. But they used sense of emergency, and then got nothing out of it. Because Drac had already played the fog, so it's not like he's Drac has now wasted fog. No, the fog's there for a reason. So the fact that they've lost a really big movement event. Because imagine now, right? So if Seward got trapped in fog, Van Helsing could have traded the sense of emergency to Seward, and then Seward could have used it to get out of the fog later, and then try and fight closing on his location. I actually like it that Dracula's moved here.
There we go, nice. Unearthly Swiftness, okay.
Oh, do you save that for 4th week? I mean, maybe not. I mean, you can get a lot done, though. He can get really far away from the hunters.
Well, that's it. You get far away from the hunters, you start laying down, if you lay down another 3 or 4 trails...
Yep.
You get another rumor token off.
And then the thing before, so that'll be in Budapest. The thing in Budapest is even closer to maturing now. Mina's going to have to go and deal with it eventually, or maybe hasn't realised where it is. Ooh. And imagine if that's a vampire, then that kind of offsets the fact that you've lost Unearthly Swiftness. Because those 4 points that it would give you would be the same as moving an extra time in the 4th week.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I like that because the Unearthly Swiftness means that he doesn't have to worry about. Oh right.
What? I don't know about that one.
No, Escape His Bat would have been preferable. Has he misclicked?
Oh fuck! He misclicked. Oh my days. Oh, you hate to see it.
No.
Oh, you hate to see it. It's the Escaper's Bat. Oh man, that's a rough one.
I hope that wasn't a good card sitting there.
I think, honestly, I think it might well have been. It doesn't matter, even if it's not. Anything maturing is just hurting the hunters even more. But it's also the fact that it's on the trail, right? So it means the hunters have to dedicate time to going to it, even if it's something shitty like rats.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It's forcing...
And the thing is, he was never going to go back to it. It's not like it's in the vicinity, so that's just a bit. He just got too eager and quickly clicked one instead of the other. So
that's
get it. It happens, but yeah, it's a bit.
Oh, your wolf. So you're wolf forming, and so I guess he's going to wolf form and then feed, right? Yeah. Oh. Do you know what I maybe think he's done? I'm assuming. Maybe he didn't want to remove the Escaper's Bat. I wonder if he wanted to misdirect the thing after Marseille. So he doesn't know where they don't know where he's wolf forming from.
And they realised that he couldn't.
And he couldn't, and then he could have got rid of the Escaper's Bat to solve the problem, but didn't. Yep. That's what happened there, I think. Yep. He could have misdirected. Oh, I don't know. Because he misdirected it.
He's played this game. You can't misdirect the track that you're on.
But maybe with the Unearthly Swiftness, it kind of all messed up in terms of like the order of everything. He'd misdirect now after all of this day's stuff. He would then misdirect his wolf form, the location before the wolf form, the thing after Marseille. It's actually really good because now you don't. But now Paul's misdirects on the trail, so he can't do it. Oh, now he gets hired scouts. Event deck working in Hunter's favour.
Misdirect does not let you back out once you start and see no good options, right? Well.
But then you knew they had the Escaper's Bat thing on the trail, so that's fine. It happens. It's a tournament game. Stakes are high. Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
But hey.
Jeez.
Got it. Right. So yeah, these misclicks happen. I probably would have. Oh, I don't know. Do you find the wolf form location? Or try to find the thing after Marseille. I probably would have checked the thing after Marseille. Honestly, check 54 and 15, so you know he's not going west. So then you can concentrate on efforts east. I think.
Yeah.
There's so many places.
Yeah.
3 away from
Yeah, but
Marseille. That's
it
like the whole
rules.
board at this point.
Yeah, well, it rules out as you see.
He's realised it immediately. He just said that was a mistake. I didn't see you played Wolfform. Ah. Oh, there's so much stuff you got to pay attention to. This game has just got so many moving parts. You got to just be on it all the time. Yeah.
I think Godalming has been. He needs to start getting back in the action here. He's just sitting out there.
He's now tooled up, so now he can start kind of moving around. There's no layers to worry about. So he can start fast. And, you know, within 2 turns, he can get to Munich.
Yeah, he just needs to start. Yeah, he needs to start.
Good position.
Closing that down.
Yep. These
okay,
two,
so
they have to supply. It's the only thing they can do, so that's absolutely fine. This game's really in the balance, actually. Dracula's hurt, but it's also got, you know, points on the board. Yeah, intriguing. We're only really halfway through. Well,
don't overcommit me now. All right, well that's going to be a decision for you.
Yeah, exactly. Just move to Munich, and just sort of stay put there.
He's gone back. He's in Munich.
I mean, he could. I mean, to be fair, he could have been in Munich.
Could have been. I know.
Yeah, could have been in Munich. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You got 24, then Wolf to, you know, and then all of a sudden you're hoping Fast Horse takes you past. I've had that where you know the hunter draws a shit hand, and you're like, oh right, you found me because you were never planning to land on me. You were meant to go past me. Brilliant.
Yeah. Always the way. Slow horses for the win. I think at this stage, as Dracula, you just want to stay undiscovered for the longest time possible. The Hun's going to lose so much time trying to find you. I mean, gnarly. The good thing is, though, moving Mina over, that means pretty close to Seward, Psychic Scans are a pretty good option.
Yep.
Check 54 so that you know that it's not into Spain, because it could have all formed from 54 to 47. And once that's more or less ruled out, you can scan Italy, scan Germany.
Think of that, yeah, when he got the hired scouts, he could have done a 47-48 check. Because then he would have been in one. If he'd gone to Spain, he would have either gone.
No, but the problem is he could have wolf formed from 54 all the way to Madrid. That's why I was saying maybe try and check the thing after Marseille. Check 54-15. If those two are empty, then you know, right, he can't have gone west. Well, the furthest west he could go is Bordeaux. But you would check that. You could check that pretty easy with just one train move. And then go from there. I mean, the good thing is, like... On you go.
Feed down if I was him. I'd feed down if I was Drac.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You're far enough away. Well, maybe not. I mean, like you say, if you're in Madrid, a couple of 3-2 tickets and Van Helsing and Sud are on your ass again.
Yeah. And they've supplied up. And they've healed up.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, you know... Oh! There's a heroic leap, by the way. On Van Helsing.
Oh.
He just got that.
So he has. Oh, yeah, you gotta feed.
If you see that, you gotta feed. Also, the fact that Van Helsing is bitten is not really a big deal because, you know, Van Helsing can take the extra bite, so it's not as critical.
Yeah.
That's I'm gonna say that's a really well designed game. That the hunter with the least amount of like actual health is the one who can take 3 bites, or can take 2 bites and then gets bitten the 3rd time. Well designed game.
Yeah. It does forces Drac to not bother fanging him and just try and kill him outright.
But then they can get baited, right? So that's the really cool thing about it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's good. So that's fine. So because he hasn't checked what you said, so this does give back the freedom now to.
Yep. You can feed, and then kind of mosey around, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah. If Mina gets a good run on fast horses, potentially she could do a search on France, but now that would give him time to get out of that even as well. So
yeah, I think Sud doesn't have horses. It's not like they can be in Munich to scan. That's the problem. Do you maybe meet up in Zurich and scan Italy at least? Or do you keep supplying to
Done
try and get
Florence.
events? That's the problem.
Yeah.
How many hides?
Say he checked Florence because he didn't notice about the wolves. So.
Oh, look, Adami's moving. So that's good. That's nice. 3 hide scouts have been used, so the chance of getting another one's unlikely.
A local rumours are an evil presence, so.
Yeah. But that host. I mean, the host didn't put many back into the deck, but just the fact it reshuffled everything. Oh, so it does have horses. Oh, maybe Van Helsing gave him his horses, maybe. Oh no, Mina's got horses. No. So Suid has horses. Okay, so 3 of them have horses. Drag's gotta be careful. Drag didn't feed her.
Oh. Van Helsing, I think, needs to follow your and check 15 or 54 at least, just to try and get a.
Yep. Maybe 15.
An idea.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get that too, honestly. Oof. Okay. Well. All right. I haven't found him yet. Unless he has a lot of connections.
We'll get tickets. Try and get the economy up a bit.
Yeah. Also, I need to heal as well.
Or does Suid use his wax to see if he's wolf forming hidden?
Yeah. Can you imagine the audacity? Oh, I see. Oh, he wolf formed and then hid after. Right. I mean, can you imagine if he if he wolf formed and hid at the same time in the space after Marseille? That would be so BM.
Nobody's checked it.
That'd be a death sentence if you do that. That's just asking for trouble. There are niche situations where that would be a good move, but I don't think this is the time. He could have wolf formed and then hidden, but the fact he got wax, he knows what Wax Unders is about. I don't think you hide anymore. But yeah,
once you know,
he needs to heal. Has to feed. Oh, just imagine, right? If this misdirect hadn't happened, something's will be maturing now. Either that or Mina wouldn't be in 60. She'd be backwards trying to deal with it. Oh, that could be anything. Yeah.
Lord.
2 holy bullets in the discard pile. So yeah, that's that. Still one stake. No heavenly hosts. So yeah, heavenly hosts have got to be out and about.
Well, the thing is, yeah, you do, because you've got Aggie in play. So even if you lose a guy,
they take 2 damage from it. Yeah.
It's 2 damage. Yeah. So it's I think yeah.
Oh, horse economy's a bit rough. Oh, well, here's what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I guess if you trade in Madrid, you kind of rule out,
I mean, the good thing is because the misdirect thing happened, then there's these games back then Marseille. There's no encounters to deal with for a while, so you can you can afford to run around. Whoa, so I haven't found him. So that's 24, 37, or 54. There's only other places left. So Van Helsing can check 37, and Mina can check 24. Then you know it's 54. Got him. Oh no! Oh, that's the wolf form. Oh, true. Oh yeah, so it can't be. It couldn't be. Oh yeah, he escaped us. So yeah, it couldn't have been. Oh yeah, so. Oh, it's 24 and 54. That makes it even easier then. So yeah, it didn't have to move to Milan. Oh, he's in Genoa, so he couldn't have got to 54 if he wanted to. Oh, yikes! Hate to see
Suid never checked 54. He went 4 and back up again.
Can you imagine?
He could have gone 54.
Nah.
Wolf formed to 47.
Geneva.
Right.
But now, like 2 away from Geneva, that's quite a lot of places. Probably, I mean, northern Germany most likely, because just all the space in the world to run around. Wolf form, so he could be in 30 right now. Could be in Amsterdam.
He could have wolfed to Bordeaux and then 47 now.
He could have also wolf formed to 39. Or wolf form to 29, and then now has gone to Nantes as fed, and might now think to go 847, as all the hunters dive north. Might then go west. Ooh, yeah, there's a lot of things going on here.
Okay, here we go. Did he?
I mean, that would have been a mistake to hide, knowing that Wax. I mean, you have to check. You have to check.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Nothing against Strider for playing that, but obviously as Dracula, you would never play Hyde in that situation.
You'd argue about getting your horse Conway, but you're on pretty much rails now if you stayed central, so you don't worry about it too much. It was oh well, she had dogs, but that might be new because remember that we wondered what she had.
That's true. I mean, probably had it though. I mean, it looks like that it probably was mob. It was dogs, but then in fact you got the mob here. Dogs aren't effective against the mob. So I'd probably do you just ditch the dogs? Oh no, you're keeping the dogs. Okay, that means it's only one combat item. So Drag will be really happy about that. You've taken 3 damage. I probably would have ditched the dogs in that situation. Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe not. So. I don't know.
I mean, you've got to look at it. He hasn't played any new vampires yet. He's played 2 reckless and aristocratic.
Yeah.
So, you know, could just be laying them down now. New vamp. Again, the deck hasn't renewed. It will now on the next turn, but the deck hasn't renewed yet for the hunters. So the stakes are still lying about.
Yep. Yep. There's 3, and then even if the deck does reset, they could all get shoved to the bottom of the deck. Who knows where they could end up? And you just really then pot luck about when those stakes are going to come out. You could have double vampire here, but then if I don't know. I'd say at this point I'd start throwing down rumor tokens. He's got 1 in hand, so I would just start throwing down rumors just to like really slow the hunters down. Because you're in the position you can't let even 1 mature, because if you do, that's up to at least 11 or 12 points. And then, you just land, you just do pirate drac stuff and then land, you know what I mean? It's,
Captain Drac Sparrow, get it right.
Oh, sorry, Drac Sparrow, sorry, yes.
That's the whole point of the pun.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the point of having a pun if you're not going to fucking use it? There you go, there's the token, right? That's what we want to see.
Oh, hang on, there's a layer up now as well. Hang on.
That's a Milan.
Right,
that's a Milan, yeah.
Okay.
And then Marseille will become a lair, which is a pretty good lair to have, because then if he does go rounds or Mediterranean, Cagliari, they're going to have to walk onto the lair. There's some good things about that. All depends on what he's got in his hands, obviously, if he's got nothing to discard. Roll a 2 now, so I would check maybe 41, I guess. I mean, there's also a thing where he could be now going 44, 58 and going east again,
right.
by the way.
I was just going to say, I would maybe move Godalming to 58 just to block it.
Or to 44 maybe. Yeah.
If you go to 44 and he's there, then he can still move. Well, I guess you could get folk up there a bit. Oh, okay.
Well, that's right. You know he's not going east, so that's kind
41.
of okay. Yeah, so that rules it out as well. So it's okay. Now this is interesting. This was the part of the game last time where Strider had issues with. But to be fair, at that time only had 2 fast horses. Now got all 3. The hunters seem a little bit more tooled up, so this is going to be interesting. Very interesting.
And he's got a week to go. It's a long way.
Yeah. Oh, I like that move. I think that's a good move to make. Because he could have easily gone there. So I actually really like that. Ruling out. I mean, he still has to rule out 8.
Yeah, we've done Bordeaux just to rule out, because now he doesn't know if he's in Spain or not. If you go to Bordeaux, rule it out that he's not in Spain.
Yeah, I mean, that's also true.
Because now he's got to go and check. If he wants to check it, he could go, right, I've got to go to Bordeaux now, or he just rules fast horse to 47. But by then, so I'd do both, but at least Bordeaux just then, because he bypassed 54 as well, would just...
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, but I still like it though. But yeah, I think 8 might have been better, but it's okay.
The thing is, he finds them up in Strasbourg or Brussels, and it's all academics.
Exactly. Oh.
The problem now is, if he is going north...
You've got to be careful where Mina goes.
Oh.
Psychic scan.
Okay. Yes, you don't want to jump.
No, I like that.
The problem is, if they're holding on to heavily hosts and somebody's got CG, if he's going to go UK, then you've got to assume CG is somewhere there, although the deck has been reshuffled. Stewart's still got these items. He's got 3 events that we don't know what they are, which is well played hiding them.
I think the deck was at this stage when it got reset by the hoax. So 24 cards had gone out, and I think 7 of them were Dracula cards. So it's still quite a lot of event. I mean, in fact, there's a few hired scouts and things, but nothing, you know, there weren't many cards being played.
No, not at all.
So maybe he has CG, but then should he would play CG earlier? This can't be a hide. Do you just pay for the deduction to find out if that is actually a vampire on the rumor token? Oh wow, he hit, even though he knew that Wax Cylinders was there. Oh well, fair enough. Though you don't need a psychic scan now. Oh, so if
you've got two hunters with fast horses, so if he tries to go to 27, he could be a 2-on-1 again.
Yeah. Or you send one of them in and you trade Heroic Leap. Thinking, because imagine if you play Fog in Hamburg, you're waiting for both hunters to jump on you, but then Van Helsing trades the Heroic Leap to the guy or Gadami who's moved in first. Yep. And then Dracula's slowing down to 4 health, and then sea travel becomes so limiting. And Gadami could take it, right? Gadami's got 10 health. Gadami could easily do a Heroic Leap.
Unless you go there, you throw Fog straight away, and then Heroic Leap's academic because you're not gonna combat.
Ooh.
So he's not been deductive at all this game, but yeah, I get your point.
He's been analytical this game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's one of those where when you know Seward's got Wax Cylinders, you're kind of. But again, that's why it was up in my tier. It's a good card to have. Full use, and he's found them twice, 3 times in this game by using it. So, important times as well.
Yeah. Now, as Dracula, do you actually move to Hamburg here, or do you try to be sneaky and move to, like, say, 21? And hope everyone jumps past you, and then you can see back the other way. How risky are you feeling?
Well, the thing is, if you go 21, Nelson can train there. That could be a 3-on-1.
3-on-1, yeah, it's not. Or
especially if Godalming finds you first.
Yeah.
Then...
Or you Heroic Leap, and then you keep Van Helsing where he is, and then you can rail it or go in the next day. Oh, interesting.
The thing is, even if they do that though, mate, his wolf form's been gone. You could jump on him with 3-on-1, do Heroic Leap. He can't escape his bat.
Yep.
Then the next time, he can only move 1 space, and you're pretty much covered by the hunters. You can then put them all out to each one.
Yeah, because 21 wouldn't be 21's not a very good place to escape from. There's not many options. But then what you could also do
you can't misdirect the wolf one. You can't misdirect Leipzig because it's got hide.
So where is the... Oh, hang on. Oh, no, 21 is the wolf form location. 21 is the wolf form, so you can't even go to 21 if you wanted to. It's the wolf form, so you can't go to 41. So there's only...
No, he could have gone to 16. He could have gone to wolf form from 16. 24, 16, then you could walk across the side.
Yeah, true, you're right. I mean, most likely 21. But yeah, you're right. Could have gone 16. Yep. Oh, do you just really jump into Hamburg? I mean, maybe. If you can catch him before he goes to sea, that could be pretty good. Oh, well, there you go. He did go to Hamburg.
If you've placed Fog, just play it. You just play Fog.
Yeah. I think here... Oh, does he have forewarned? Nah, he doesn't have forewarned.
It's good. That gives you a bit of...
Yep. That's both Fogs gone.
Okay.
So now you got to start prioritizing encounters. You need to find 16 or 21. You need to do a Leipzig because if that matures, you just don't get fixated on Dracula.
Exactly. Wolf form's been used, so you've got time. You got to find the So wolf form's either going to be 16 or, as you said, 21. You've got a double event.
Yeah.
And again, if Leipzig and Hyde are 2 new vamps, that could be dangerous.
The thing is, though, is all Drac can go to sea now, move 2 sea spaces, and then wolf form will be back up. But then, to be fair, that's 4 damage.
Yeah.
We're down to 5. You're in Heroic Leap. Feed's not going to be off the trail for a little bit.
Yeah. It would be a good time to supply and find Rufus. Now is when you want Rufus to come into play.
Yeah. I don't know why. Oh, okay.
Because if anything, it would only force Drac to go to sea once and then land, which could only be UK. And if you've got CG...
Boom. Game over.
Done.
Yeah. So almost like here, Dracula has to move 2 C spaces to have a little bit of obfuscation, and then we have to able to wolf form.
Shut up. Shut up.
Or you land in the port and then wolf form, but there's a huge risk of then CG, right? So
predictable. Is extra? I think it put the 2 words. What? Is
I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. I will just leave it be.
I think it's tournament fever. Okay, right. 16's been ruled out. So okay, you were 21 was okay. What you'd said. I guess you put Mina to Berlin, and then I mean, you're enforcing Drat to go to sea. So, as he can't do anything to stay where he is, he's not going to dark call. He can't feed. So yeah, he's another 2 damage. Be interested to find out from Randiv if that card that he did accidentally misdirect, if that was a desecrated soil.
Oh, yikes!
That would be a kick in the nuts. That would have been a kick in the nuts now. And you said actually, didn't you, at the beginning of the game, if you have that.
Oh, where you going? Nah, you got to deal with these encounters. You can't let these mature. Oh, you got to think about priorities here.
He's going to check Leipzig.
Yeah, or check the thing before Leipzig. Either would be good. Checks Leipzig.
You've got to check the rumor token.
Oh crap! Yeah. It's a new vampire. So stake is extremely necessary for that, unless you gang up. I think
he's double vamped on Leipzig. I think he's double new vamped on Leipzig.
You think
or
so?
a bat on Hyde.
Because we haven't seen any bats this game either, have we?
Because what layer has he gotten? Oh, he hasn't. No, okay.
It's
he
Milan, so no. But still,
I guess he could.
bats is good because then it delays them, and depending if they check it too late, it all depends on who moves there, right? If you need to, it can't be Mina who checks it. But then Mina doesn't have stake, so it can't be her checking it. Seward, but then if Seward checks Leipzig, then who's gonna? I mean, someone's got to do a 21.
That one card is still sitting in the deck.
Yeah. The final stake.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
Well, this is it. I think. Well, that was your only choice. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. Nah, move to Berlin.
Yeah.
Death sentence, absolute death sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, just move then another sea space, and then either land or then wolf form, and there's a few different places you can be. So then you have to commit to the UK, all that stuff.
Thing is, mate. If they don't check wolf form location and it's a vamp, he gets feedback immediately.
Oh, but then would he mature it? The fact you've got a 6-point vampire behind it.
I mean, now that they know
it's a vampire. Oh, I don't know.
It's a vamp. Well, yeah, as you say. I mean, if you don't, what do you do? It's want to set it as a layer.
Do you take the 4 gas?
Guess.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I don't know.
Guess if you had Hyde as bats and you thought the wolf form wasn't going to mature, set it as a layer, and then you move one of them into bats into that location and hit them with double.
Yeah.
But I think.
Well, you can only mature, so you can only have supply, so that's fine. That's good.
The event deck is really healthy for Drac since the Hawks. I mean, 51. They've not gone through.
No.
As you say, they had a few beforehand, but
and there's been the Dracula cards have all been shuffled to the top. Well, there's another one at the bottom. It's easy. They're not getting many events out of this, which is really good for Drac.
No. Seward needs to decide.
Someone's got. But imagine if it's something else. Imagine if this is Discreet Soul now. Well, that's amazing for Drac, or even a Hooks. Because you could get Unearthly Swiftness back.
Yes. Then he's in
and you get Unearthly Swiftness, and you force the thing in Leipzig to mature, maybe.
That's a good shout.
There you go. See, not just a pretty face. So that's 3 Dracula cards in a row. That's pretty unlucky.
Oh, so this is going to mature, if it's something to. Okay.
Whoa, I don't know how I feel about that.
I think you had to. I mean, you had enough time to identify where that wolf form was to have cleared it.
Yeah.
So
and we voted out by deduction. It has to be 21. There's no other space it can be in. So yeah, that's the missed opportunity. Maybe didn't realize. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. But or maybe just prioritize supplying, which I totally get. But at the same time, it's like, well, oh, the dogs have been ditched, so now Mina doesn't have those dogs anymore. But you will kick yourself if this is a desecrated soil or hoax.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you do, Van Helsing? This is a bit of a... But he's getting Wolf back while he's at sea. This could be pivotal for Dracula here.
Yeah, agreed.
Unless they draw Rufus, and then again that'll force him. But even that, yeah, you could risk going one more sea and then Wolf anyway. But problem is they're all mainland. So.
He needs to get Rufus like this turn, so then it would make him decide now. Oh, do I move a second sea space or not? But if he moves a second sea space and then Rufus gets drawn, who cares really? He might just Wolf form anyway. Because like from North Sea, you could. I know free sea space would be even better. Because it could be Irish Sea, English Channel, North Atlantic, or South Atlantic. But moving 2 and then Wolf means enough because it could be Britain, it could be Spain, or it could be France. And that's still plenty of places to check without hypnosis. And if he has hypnosis ready to go, then fair play.
Oh, what's Mina got? Great. Oh, Speedy Telegraph.
Speedy Telegraph, yeah.
Van Helsing is still holding to Heroic Leap and another, so he's not. Well, he's quite right. You don't want to swat at anybody until you know who's going to be facing him, so that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Is my phone going fucking mental?
I'm intrigued to see. I hope he does mature. I'm intrigued to see what Wolf is. You have played Desecrated Soil here, Randiv, then you've got to mature it. If you do, well played.
Yeah, agreed.
Takes you up to 10, you'll get feedback in a couple of days, so... Tuesday, the final week. Oh, okay. It's been a very good game.
Yeah.
Pretty back and forward.
Definitely. Oh... Maybe he did the extra round of supplying to try and get a stake to deal with this vampire now. Just went, oh, well, I'll let the thing before it mature. I'll try and get a stake to deal with Leipzig. But then you got to hide. It means you have to move 2 hunters in.
Yeah.
Because imagine if it's anything like, if it's a batch, you need to move 2 hunters in. Or even more, potentially.
Let's click this mature, Randiv. Come on.
We'll see.
Keep us in suspense, you tease. The thing is, even if one hunter drew, well, yeah, I suppose, yeah, you've got the option of all 3 can check Leipzig, and you don't know which one's got the stake.
Oh, so. No, he's layered it.
It was shit.
Maybe. Or it could be something like a bat.
Yeah.
It could be rats or bats, or... Who knows?
Bats would have made sense to try and maybe move them away from Leipzig as well, but...
Yep, totally get it. Completely get it.
The only issue with that is... Usually you want a layer where it's not revealed to remain that way, whereas now we kind of know what it is, even though it's not been revealed.
Right, off he goes to deal with Leipzig. All depends on what this hide card is.
Yeah.
Double vamp. Vamp and bats. Saboteur. Ooh.
Oh, spy.
Haha. We haven't seen spy this game either, have we?
No. No spy, no wolves, no sabs. It's funny. It's been a longish game, and the fact is that it feels like a lot has happened. not really gone too far with there. You know what I mean? There's been
Oh, it is a double vampire.
Go on. Yes.
There we go. Rossco's happy with that.
That's what we like. There you go.
Pro
He's
strats coming in. So it has to be a stake, but that then means, because it's horse, stake, and something else. But now this means if he stakes the new vampire, he's got to fight this at night. And if enough damage can get done now, that could be a really decisive fight. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. You try and do what you can to him now with only one item, even a couple of fangs.
Yep.
That's nice. That's all of a sudden that's you up in points. If he's already played one reckless, so yeah, I think the news are good.
Well, that's 3 recklesses. That's all 3 recklesses accounted for. 1 new vampire accounted for. 1 aristocratic accounted for. I think.
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
I'll check the discard pile after this, but yeah. Oh.
Straight in.
Got a point. I mean, you know what?
That's a right move, Randiv.
9, 12. I mean, it doesn't give him an extra. It means he still has to move the same number of days, but you know, you're getting closer.
As you say, he's going to have to face him. He's going to have to face the reckless tonight.
Yep.
So
has to.
You got a chance of, you know, what does he do now? Does he reveal what this item is, this weapon, or does he? I mean, he's got to, and stake her, and then use it to kill the reckless, or ideally you want to escape.
Yeah.
6 health and 9 health, that's not a big.
No. And I can imagine then with this new vampire, he managed to prolong him into like a really long, drawn-out 6-round combat, and Godalming then takes maybe say 4 damage. That's then really risky going into a night fight with a reckless with 4 damage. Yeah, no, I like that.
You've got to assume Godalming has got a stake, but let's say he hasn't. Then another hunter has to jump on to look after this. So all of a sudden, you've got 2 hunters where the reckless can get maybe another 2 bites, and all of a sudden, then you need 1 move on the final week.
Yeah. Oh, but then even if they do kill this new vampire, if he can do enough damage to Godalming now, then that's Godalming could die. Staking this vampire, because then the reckless will finish him off. Maybe. It all depends on how all things turn out. Might just take 1 clause to get him.
One's good, yep. I think he would dodge. Okay, that's good counter. Good counter, Strider.
Yep. No, but I like that too when he's going for the plotting, because you could actually do a lot of damage to him then.
If you've got it, you have to guess on the second and the third. They're going to look at the second, trying to get the dodge. It's always a good one to throw it, especially if you've got a shit hand.
Yep.
Okay. Of course, while the direction's shining upon here, Dracula can do his little antics elsewhere.
Oh, I got 4 damage in across 2 vampires. I mean, you know, that's decent.
Yeah.
Could still kill Godalming from 7, but it's obviously not as good as it would have been. But that's alright. I'm trying to work out like.
You've got to assume they've all got heavenly hosts, because there's none burnt and they've been through the deck, so they've all at least got 1. Like the max they have. So, the fact that they're reluctant not playing them, you know, again, it's like when do you play them? Just hope he doesn't waste 1 to get rid of the reckless on hide, because it's irrelevant anyway. We're on the second C, so that's fit. Drax now. He's got his wolf form back. Yep, I think that's good.
Yep. Again, trying to get ahead of him. Yep. Really puts off the Spanish move. But then imagine baits him to move to 47, then he's actually moved to 54, and he's going then east then. I got really confused then, because I looked at my watch and it said 5 to 5. I was like, what? And I was trying to work out, like, is that an hour being played? Like, no, that doesn't make sense. It's almost 2 hours, but yeah, it's just, yeah. It makes it feel like a lot has happened, but, so the fact nobody else has moved into Leipzig means that, yeah, he's got, I wonder if he's got hypnosis ready to go. the fights kept Mina and Van Helsing together.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might do, you know. There's a stake. Right, now.
Remember, stake the new vampire.
Stake the new one. Don't stake the wrong one, for heaven's sake. Good.
Right.
Good. Well played. Now, let's see how this combat goes. He has to go to combat with this.
Unless he's got escape route.
Nah. We would have seen the prompt.
They're not change that though, because if that was two reckless vampires, I know he's used it, but had that been too reckless, there is still that kind of which one is the one you want to actually, that was easy because you knew that Vamp was the trail card.
Yep.
The reckless, you're still, which one's hide, which one's not. You don't want to take the wrong one. I think they still need to kind of number, which is hide and which is actually the legit one. See, what's he apologising for?
I don't know. That's confusing me and all.
I think you're playing well.
I don't know why you're saying this is wrong. That doesn't make sense. Oh well.
Having pangs of morality, the last part of humanity within the reckless. He's like, this is wrong, but I can't. My master's voice is at my ear. He devours the claret from the posh boy.
All I wanted to do was wear my lovely top hat and just have a nice life.
Yeah, I was sired on my wedding day. If I've just told myself a joke I've never heard before. I thought it was quite funny.
Yes. Okay, I think Randiv doesn't realise you should not have to fight the record. Yes. I'll have to say it, because stake only works
Just
on
glitched.
one vampire.
Oh yeah, he's got
no,
two. Yeah, he's
the
got
combat is legit. Play the combat.
Oh Christ, yeah, don't. Fucking hell, yeah.
That's not a glitch. That is how it works. That's the whole point. There's a risk to this. That is why we were talking about it. That this is the situation that should have happened. Yes. Yeah. Randiv's now realised. Yep. That's the whole point of this. If you search double vampire, this is why this strategy works. You're stuck with, even if you stake one, you've got to fight the other, and that's why night fights are bad. But he had to, otherwise he would lose the game potentially. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't feel bad for that.
No.
That's why you did it. That's your strategy.
I'm really happy I jumped in there before, because imagine if he threw the combat, that would have been awful. Oh! Whoa! I would have.
Host.
I mean, that's a heavenly host gone too. That's amazing for you. And a bite.
I just said that before this. Don't waste your heavenly host on the hide.
Whoa! Just get out of there. I mean, didn't get a point from it, but he's bitten Godalming as well. So I mean, and that's a heavenly host gone. So now consecrated ground, if it does exist, isn't so scary. I say.
No. I love that as well, that he was about to throw the match. He's like, oh, no, we should do this. No, you can. Okay, I'll play fags. Strider's going to be like, you couple of pricks. Why? You shouldn't be giving play advice. Well, that's true, but yeah, maybe we shouldn't have. I don't know.
I think in a situation,
it's
no.
It's a tournament game, should we have given that advice?
I mean, maybe not, but...
Leave a note in the comments how...
Yeah,
I don't know, if I was playing that and somebody had said that... yeah. Anyway.
I don't know.
We always say that the players have to make up their own...
Yeah, so maybe in retrospect I should have jumped in there, but at the same time it's like, well...
Probably wouldn't have been as bad if... he hadn't lost his heavenly host, but...
That's true. That's true.
Apologies, Strider, if you hear this. It's
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but the thing is,
the theatre of it all.
I mean, the only good thing for him is like he said thanks for it. So, I think it's like Strider didn't know either what he was talking about, so it makes me feel a little bit better about it. But yeah, maybe in retrospect I should have just shut my mouth. But
anyway, it worked out. It's exciting.
Yeah. It wasn't about strategy.
Really, the argument.
It wasn't strategy. That's the thing. It wasn't like a strategic.
Argument was, Strider shouldn't have played Heavenly Host on Reckless. She just had to get out of there. So
that's true. So that doesn't really affect that thing at all. He played it before we said it, anyways. It's not like
Yeah. Oh.
He took the risk by playing Heavenly Host when he didn't need to. He even said that hide doesn't mature. Yeah, maybe I should have said something, but well.
It's just so exciting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I completely agree. This game is so in the balance here.
That's why this tournament I've been playing my games typically on private lobby, just to, especially if you're not recording, there's no point, nobody else is, but more so just removes, not so much just chat, but newbies that are coming in, it's like, hey, how's it going? They don't know about the tournament, and it's like that flashing every time you're checking messages, you're like, what's happening there? You got to just really focus on the game. So it's a nice sort of quieter. For those that aren't aware, you can actually set up your game in a private lobby. The login is just the lobby name, but it just means that only you and that person can play in it unless you invite somebody else.
Yeah, agreed. We're not saying anything that affects strategy, though. That's the thing. Like, it's not like, we're not telling you what combat cards. It's just like, no, the combat does happen. That is how it happens. And even if it didn't, like, doesn't matter. We already said, like, you play the digital edition as it lands. So if you end up in a situation where it's like, oh, maybe this shouldn't have happened, you just play it anyway.
There's been plenty of times where I have games where even a glitch has gone off and it's like, oh, shit happens. You just kind of, all right, okay, that's what it is.
You just be players at large. But this happened exactly how it should have done. So there's no, but again, yeah, maybe in retrospect, Randiv should have known that, but well. Wolf forming though is nice. There's a lot of places you could be. If there's a hypnosis, I mean, also then Consecrated Ground isn't as scary because Heavenly Host is gone. Yeah, 300 with bites. That's.
Oh yeah, right. Get sued and get the full. Yeah.
Not often you would see that.
That was my joke. You were distracted by this. You didn't hear the joke I told myself.
Oh, sorry.
When the Reckless was if he'd started kicking the shit out of Godalming, he'd end up being called an eaten mess.
Oh.
A joke there for anybody familiar with the UK public school system. And fans of desserts.
I was going to say, and desserts. So you need to know both of those things to get that joke.
The audience are a very intelligent and cultured audience. They'll get it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think this is wise. Bit of supply before you start jumping about and see if you can.
I mean, there might be a hypnosis here. That's the thing I'm kind of thinking of now. Are they just staying in place because there might be a hypnosis?
Yeah, you play it now if you've got it, don't you?
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh.
The good thing is,
No.
Never mind. It's Thursday. There's no trail to worry about, so they can all just make sure they're fully ready to go. Fast horses are all still active, so.
Oh no hypnosis. Oh my days. Okay.
Right.
Oh, do you send somebody over to the UK already? Because if you try to do it by hired scout, you could be sitting here forever.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Do you just check 40? Check 47.
And of course, remember that Seward still didn't use. Oh no, he did use his deduction, didn't he?
Yeah. So now hide once it comes off the trail is possible.
Once it's off, it is valid. Yeah, valid. Yep.
Oh, he's revealed holy bullets on Van Helsing. I don't know about that one, but maybe got heroic leave as well.
Yeah, this is still
tense and tactical to say the least.
Yeah, that new vampire was obviously critical. So that does Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Still a long way to.
Strider's bought himself time.
Yeah. Just needs to supply right and his head and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been an enjoyable game. It's been
Lots
a couple of mistakes on both sides, but to be fair, it's been pretty kosher play. You know, making the right, Van Helsing to 58.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Strider's done well in kind of finding him and on locations, just not necessarily faced up. You know, the misclick on the item before, again, depending what that could have been a game changer on here, but it's now gone.
Got good hooks, mature, unearthly swiftness, and probably use unearthly swiftness at a good time. Bought him some time to get up and have escaped all of this stuff. Used fogs well twice as well. No forewarns to counter them. Yeah, definitely been enjoyable.
Yeah. You change any other layers yet in case he's coming back? Oh yeah, just that one that we don't. Yeah, see, I guess that could be quite interesting. I mean, Darman could bad horse at the 21, forgetting it's a layer.
Yeah. That could be bats and something else then.
Yeah.
The thing like is like you got a bit of time here. Right? You've got a bit of time, but the same thing, you can't dawdle.
No. Absolutely.
But then if you just sit trying to get hide scout, I mean you've only got one hide scout left. I mean realistically, hypnosis is the one you're gonna need, right? Maybe just send somebody to check 47 with Sewer just to make sure he is not in Spain, and maybe send someone to the UK.
I mean, unless you got bad items, I'm tempted not to kind of supply, especially if you know it's a Drac event. I would just be trying to move fast horses, try and take advantage of getting somewhere to a more central that you can.
Yep, we'll get to a point. I mean, to be fair though, Strider has been a bit unfortunate. There's been a lot of Dracula cards at the top since that hoax mature, so that's pretty unfortunate. But
Oh yeah, remember Strider said before he was going to start supply at night. He should have done more of that. He may have found the cards can't be at the top and the bottom of the deck.
Why you say that?
Yeah, well, if it's not me playing, it's fine. He'll
Fine talk.
His and only one without a bite. Can't get. I'd be very wary of Sued if I was Drac.
Yep, same. Because we have no idea what he's got. We've not seen anything all game.
No. Okay,
I mean, I get it. I probably would have ruled out 47 because the furthest west he could have gone. But if you move Mina now and you Psychic Scan, then at the same time he could be in 24 now. That's the thing. That he's in Italy. I mean, this I get because there's a 100 event on top, but I don't know.
Newspaper reports. Well, I mean, newspaper report would work. It would let you know.
Yep.
That it was English Channel and North Sea.
He got rid of something. Oh wait, he kept blood transfusion. What on earth would you discard which is not blood transfusion? I mean, actually, blood transfusion. No, blood transfusion here is really bad because it had to be Seward who has blood transfusion.
Right.
So it's even worse. Okay, this I kind of get. And I guess then you can go into Spain and search Spain tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's a risk that by the time you find him, then he gets into 4th week, and then you just escape to sea again, then land a couple of times, and then something might mature as well. You could combine it where you move and then mature something, and that's the 7 points you need to win. So actually, that point that he got earlier, I can't remember where he got that. Oh, the point on the Reckless Bite, that's right. That
Reckless, the Darming, yep.
The Reckless Finds, that could be the thing that tips it, because then Vampire mature, it could be aristocratic, and then a move, and that's it done.
Well, that was it. That's why I say, if you can get any points early doors, you never know when it's going to benefit you at the end of the game. Always try and get any kind of damage, which is a kind of given, but yeah, don't think, leave this until later, because again, that's when it's these times, especially now if they play
Vampire.
Called?
Vampire? Is that what you think of?
Vampire Lair.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's another 2 off there, but down to 4. So
This game is so in the balance, by the way. There's either side could easily win this.
yeah, definitely.
Given like Drax's health situation, I maybe favour the hunters, but at the same time, depending on where Drax has gone, if he stays undetected for a long time, it's then getting pushed towards his favour then. And, then night supplies might happening.
The thing is, he could have gone English Channel, and he could just be kicking about in the UK. North Sea comes back off again, and he could just go back.
Yep. He might have moved wolf form to Manchester, so then Conscript Ground wouldn't kill him, and then goes to London, goes like Irish Sea coast for a bit.
Yeah, London, yeah, absolutely.
And then even if Consecrated Ground comes out when he's in Irish Sea, who cares? He just go to North Atlantic. He's not going to die. I think you need to start sending people to the UK. I think you have to. You're gonna lose way too much time just sitting around. And also they don't have excellent weather. Because it got used earlier.
There we go. Yeah. Well, this is
Yeah.
This is the problem with it. This is if the hunters don't have CG, UK is a very good ending platform, if you like, for Drac.
Yep. And the probability is with Drac that they don't have it.
Yeah, that hoax really scrambled it all.
Yeah. Put so many Dracula cards to the top. Yeah, pretty nasty. Whatever happens either way, this is not going to be, this is going to be a close victory defeat either way. Just obviously given health and then obviously the amount of IDS that Dracula's got. If Dracula is in Spain, it's fine because he'll probably be on a port, which means he can just easily escape to South Atlantic if they move in.
I'm Drac now. I would move again. Oh, he's misdirected Hamburg. Okay.
Is that necessary?
Confused me. He's got to come off the trail in 2. He's not. Can't have gone there. Hey, he's not. Wait, he's not wolf. No, he wasn't in Galley. I'll say he couldn't have wolf formed to 9. Then he's in Amsterdam now.
He could have done.
Yeah, but that'd be fucking mental because he can't go back to sea. Form's been used. But if Van Helsing doesn't move, what's he going to do?
But then he could feed now. Imagine if he fed now, and then. But then if Van Helsing never moves, then he's really stuck.
Yeah. He's hoping Van Helsing moves and he hopes to get down to 21 to trigger the lair.
Maybe.
I mean, that would be a ballsy move, but I think it's in the UK, and I think you'd want to move now, because if you feed now, it kind of makes them think, right, you're in the UK because you're safe-ish. Yeah, I think that's right. That's right. Okay, yeah.
No, that I get to, because then that might up maturing. So and then you just force the victory. So I think that's totally fine.
You got your feed. That's fine. I would feed this turn.
The turn coming up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, it depends where the hunters go, but I would imagine either way. I mean, if they check, Speedy Telegraph I would have used to do Mina and Seward doing a Spain check, and then you could decide if he's not in Spain, you could have Van Helsing and Godalming elsewhere.
And the thing is, because also Waxton has been used up, so you can use Hide again.
Yeah.
To sort of, if he wants to be in the UK, but he wants to keep sort of hugging this Irish Sea coast, for example, he could do it to stay there a turn longer before going to sea. The longer he stays on land, then the longer he's kind of making it really awkward for the Huns. He doesn't know where he is. You got to check.
You got to check Spain, right? Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So now you don't have to psychic scan Spain.
Helsing should check Amsterdam just in case. Just in case.
Just in case, and then Mina checks 15.
Okay. Yep. No, that's I know he's got 2 set to go to UK if he is there.
Yep. And then
Mina does the heavenly. Yeah, does the psychic bond in Spain.
You don't have to psychic scans because he can't be in Spain. So they just go to 15 and checks.
Oh, of course, 15. Yes, of course.
Yep, good. Okay, right, so it has to be UK. Unless he somehow... No, he can't have been to Paris. Unless he somehow wolf formed to like 29 or 39, which would be really, really risky.
It would have been when the psychic bomb was done.
That's true. That's impossible. No, so it is UK. Right, okay, so the problem is now, and I know you can see what's going to happen already. Hunters move into UK, and as soon as they move to the UK, Dracula leaves.
Need to find. Yeah, they need to sort. I mean, if they're all hold. Let me just check. What's on there?
If Gadami or Van Helsing have the second excellent weather, that could be really good because they could get there a turn quicker than Dracula expects, and maybe catch them on guard. But I think I agree with you. Feed now because you've got a chance to feed. You're probably safe because you're on a port, and then you can hide. There you go. Yeah. Ooh.
Because when do you get the other chance to use feed? You know, like you say.
And you don't want to use it in the 4th week because you're not getting points from it. You want to feed now, and then you can move normally in the 4th week, and you're maximizing your victory then. Yeah.
Cowardly feed.
I mean.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And to increase the IDS victory, if Randiv does end up getting the win here, you need to move. You need to get him.
What? I mean, yeah. Newspaper or hired is all that's going to really help you here.
They see.
Vigor.
Yeah, no renewed vigors this game either, by the way.
No?
Really, kind of that host really sort of fucked up everything. Oh, Harker's good.
Oh, right.
Just
you want to search Manchester?
Ping Manchester immediately, yeah.
You know he's in the UK, so.
Yeah, that's a search.
Okay, pick the right one. Pick the right one.
Oh, he's in Manchester now.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
Obviously, if there is a consecrated ground, it won't kill him. But you could. Wait, where the hell did he wolf form to? Wolf form to Swansea from the English Channel, then went Liverpool, Manchester. Oh, you could.
Or wolf formed London, hidden London, moved to Manchester.
Maybe.
Knows that wax is off the way.
Maybe. But imagine though, if you do consecrated ground, you force him back into London because English Channel's not going to come off the trail for a while.
Yeah, I mean. At this stage, you stay at the coast. So yeah, you're right. I would have either wolf formed to Manchester, then you go London, or if you you're at English Channel, so you go 32, 52, you hide there as well.
This is currently
not an issue.
This is currently the most risky position to be in because if there is a consecrated ground, force him back into London. Because if this is the English Channel, which has to be the English Channel, he can't then immediately leave. He can hide in London, all that stuff, but then Huns are coming into you. If Van Helsing lands and then Gadami lands, maybe with excellent weather, Mina comes across. You're having to constantly wait out these turns until English Channel comes off. That's 2 more turns after this one. Yeah.
And the thing is, he's used his fogs.
Yep.
Helsing's got heroic leap. So he's got to watch. He doesn't get into any. He needs to stay the fuck away from Van Helsing, or he's going to get 5 damage and then C.
Yep.
And then you're really struggling to get stuff at the end. So.
Agreed. If he moves into Edinburgh now, you can't fog him. So
no, you got to go 32 now. Drax got to go 32 just to keep that distance.
Do you like? But imagine if he's gone to 32 already. Do you misdirect 32 to go back there? Or the other option is, I don't know. How much health does Dracula have? 8. Do you? But then imagine if you move to 19 to try to do enough damage to Van Helsing, so then correctly would kill Van Helsing, then they throw consecrated ground, you're fucked then. Yeah, I think maybe you do misdirect.
To be fair,
maybe do misdirect Liverpool and go back there, and then hide.
Yeah. I think you need to. At this stage, I wouldn't mind sacrificing Van Helsing to take 5 damage off him, especially with feed just being played.
Yep.
Although, again, without CG, the trouble is, Afrikaners aren't really going to get to the UK in time. I don't think. Sunday could be 6, 9, 12, 2 days, 2.5, 3 days rather.
By this rumour token is going to mature in 2 days after this, right?
Yeah.
And even if Dracula just moves to the sea as on 1 health and the thing matures, that's essentially GG.
I mean, Nude Vigor does fuck all now because they're all. Oh, here we go! Here we go! Strider. Right, now come on, calm yourself.
Yeah, it was all about where he plays this. I don't know if putting the permanent one in Manchester is good. Maybe put it in Liverpool? I don't know,
Right, okay. You want to force him to Edinburgh then?
Yep. Yeah, now the way this has been done.
He can't go back to Manchester.
Oh.
No. I meant force him to Edinburgh, like put it on Liverpool, force him to Edinburgh.
and then do 5 damage
And
with
does
Van
the 5
Helsing.
damage with him.
And then imagine then even, you know, then you can, imagine if you had a second excellent weather and you can get Godalming right to Edinburgh tomorrow.
You don't have to, mate, because once he's there, he does 5 damage, heroic leap. Right? He's
Oh,
got to go
true.
he can't go to Manchester, he's got to go back to sea on 2, and you just place Birmingham Mina, the ports, and sea can't do anything.
So wait, how the... He wolf formed to Swansea, then went back to London, then went to Manchester. That's a ballsy move and a half to have gone. So Liverpool's now a free spot. Because I think this is going to mature. I'm so worried about what's in Swansea. Because Swansea is now the furthest place away from where the Hunters are.
Yeah.
They're not going to get there in time, I don't think.
Played that, I thought it was good. I thought 32 Manchester London would be the right block, and then force them to Edinburgh.
He just made the correct assessment. If he hadn't used Heavenly Host in that combat, Dracula would have been dead.
He's saying that. If only I had my Heavenly Host from Godalming, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
spot on. Absolutely spot on.
Game's all about risk and reward, though, isn't it?
Oh, man. It all depends on when he got
I mean, the thing is, Strider shouldn't have played Heavenly Host against that Hyde vamp anyway, so...
Agreed. Completely agreed, yeah. Even if he'd taken, like, 10 damage from that vampire, doesn't matter. You were still on... Well, you would have been on 1 health or whatever it was. Take it, that's the result you want.
Yeah, because now you place it 32 foot.
He would have killed him. He would have actually killed him. But maybe Randiv only moved to Manchester because he knew that he was safe. Imagine now as Randiv, you just have to hide. You don't have to go to sea. You can just hide now and then leave.
Yeah. That's not really going to help.
No, sadly not.
Get it? Sometimes you just want to play something.
But I mean, it might, because if he can get to this rumour token in time, sorry for maturing, he buys himself a little bit more time. Who played Consecrated Ground? Seward. So he could have moved Godalming over yesterday. Yeah, he needs to force him in. He needs to force him closer to the Hunters. Moving him into Liverpool's actually made it worse for him, I think. He's too far away.
Yeah, I mean, I would have just forced him into 19. Van Helsing's going to land anyway. Like you say, if Godalming by chance, say he had excellent weather, he hasn't. He's got
chartered carriage, but still. But the fact he's only got 1 turn behind. You know, as Van Helsing, you might end up surviving another combat. And then if Van Helsing died, then he could just... That'd be so many points, and then he could just hide automatically to win.
The thing is, he could have escape route sitting with these. Do you know what I mean? So he could heroically escape route the next time.
Yeah.
Drax still then has to go to sea. That's 2 damage, and then you're not making any points when you're at sea. So
that's true. That's true.
CG, yeah. There we go. Now, it'd be interesting to find out how long he's been holding on to CG, because I'm trying to think back if there's been occasions in the past where could he have, when he jumped on him in 58, could he have CG'd him there? Potentially. If he had all the right...
And the other thing, I don't think he would, I doubt he would have done. And also the other thing is, though, is I think he would have got it late. If you have Consecrated Ground in your hand and you know it, you don't play Heavenly Host in any combat, unless you're killing Dracula with it. That'll be another misplay. I am furious.
You're okay. You've got this one. I would say. Well, 6. Okay, yeah. So tonight's 9.
Oh crap! He's moving. I mean, it does mean that hide is risky, but you can now just go to island for free. Oh, he's delayed in the day. Oh wow!
You expect him to have a gun with his.
Doesn't matter. He's still delayed. Oh, he doesn't even have a gun, and he's delayed, and he's given him a Dracula card. Whoa. Wow, Saboteur. Look, that's the reason why you play Saboteur. If they play Long Night, you can ambush. Whoa. Oh, wait, he's safe to hide now. The only way he wouldn't be safe is if somehow they play Renewed Vigor, and then Godalming jumps onto him. But then Van Helsing wouldn't be able to trade the Heroic Leap to him. Yeah, I'd just hide. I wouldn't go to sea. I'd hide here. And then you can escape to sea if you want. Because at least you can still put out an encounter. And then this rumour thing's going to mature.
I'm not sure if he knows he can hide. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he should do now. He should be okay with it. He should realise hide will give you 3 points. But again, he does. He did it last. Yeah, he's played a tournament. He knows that's the story. So you hide here. I think he thought he was furious because he's maybe tried to misdirect Swansea and realised it's wolf form, so he couldn't. Now he's thinking, shit, I'm stuck in Liverpool. What do I do?
No, he's no. And he also could have wolf. It might have also been a wolf form to Plymouth as well, by the way. But we were assuming it's Swansea. Wolf forming to Plymouth from English Channel would have been really ballsy.
Yeah. That's either Swansea or a hide.
So actually, this all worked out pretty well for Drag. The fact that Van Helsing's delayed, no risk, no threat to him at all, and also heroic leap now would be bad because if Van Helsing was active here, if Van Helsing walked in, he would be able to do 2 damage, or hopefully done 4 damage to him with these encounters, and then even if he did heroic leap, Dracula doesn't die, and Van Helsing dies, so then he gets the influence points. Roadblock, it's not the most, it's not the most powerful Dracula card, but in this situation, just kind of, seals it all up. I mean, Van Helsing can't move anyway, but even if he did, it'd be, he wouldn't be getting into this.
Just a bit of overkill.
I mean, you've got it, why not play it?
It's not often you get Dracula cards given to you, so you don't want to waste them.
Correct. The thing is, though, too, he's going to have to go to C because if this is Swansea, he can't misdirect that. He can't go back to Manchester because of the consecrated ground token.
Yes. Yeah, he's got to go to C now and then just mature this.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter because he lands in 18 and he just goes to
That's 3
Galway.
points and then goes to Galway. Nobody can get there.
Well, I was just saying that Gadana could get to Galway.
Well, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
It's going to be, yeah.
I mean, he knows he's in Liverpool anyway, but I mean, unless you got Rufus Smith, you're not going to play anything, right? So. Oh, also he can just move to Swansea, or maybe he's in Swansea now.
It doesn't really.
I don't think it matters. Oh, he's got another one.
Okay.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Jonathan doing work.
What's he got? A second consecrated ground?
He's hiding. Okay. So this is even better for Dracula. If I didn't work.
Yeah, he could go to Swansea. Yeah. He's hidden in Liverpool. And he can go to Swansea next. And...
So he's going to finish on this amount of health. Whoa. He only had renewed vigor. He could. Oh no, he's got roadblocks. He can't get past, right? Yikes. Yeah, it didn't move quite quick enough. It moved maybe a couple of turns earlier. Drag would have been in real danger here. Because imagine then if you did find him in Liverpool, you could still use Consecrated Ground and maybe potentially put in Dublin to stop the easy hop, and then he has to take, more turns at sea. Maybe. Or
it's all well for us to say we're not playing, but yeah, I think he had that option. He had the option there to have forced him to 19. He would have, he would have had to have gone to sea. Whereas now he's given him 3 extra days effectively. And as you say, you would risk just landing. Even with the Saboteur, you would land with Van Helsing on Dracula's space. And it would still, instead of combat, you'd still heroic leap. So.
I mean, the funny thing, it all has come back down to that combat in Leipzig. And now, if I hadn't said anything, would Randiv have played the Fangs? Maybe not. But then we kind of said, you shouldn't be playing Heavenly Host in that situation. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was I mean, both of them weren't really sure what to do about that. And the fact is, the fact is, in any tournament, you don't throw a move that you're entitled to, regardless. So, as you said, it wasn't like we were saying, "Oh, go here, go there," and nobody would try and kill a hide vamp anyway. So, I think it was just a bit of learning curve for both of them. But
if it's the fact they were asking, is it a glitch? And that's like, well, no, I think maybe in that situation it's okay to step in and say, no, it's no glitch.
You don't want to get to that stage. They both leave the game. We'll just replay this again.
Oh, can you imagine? You're like, oh no, yeah. Yeah, I mean, in that situation, you should never be playing Heavenly Host. I get it. There's a 4 health vampire, you want to kill it, but it's just asking for trouble. And then look what's happened. Like, it could have been then a win. They could have just killed Dracula outright. Whoa.
Comes the brakes.
Randiv says not yet, so I don't know if that means if he's actually been or if this is not a vampire. What is in London, by the way? A saboteur. Yeah, double saboteur. Maybe it's...
I mean, he's used his fucking vampires. Well, it could be a new vampire.
It could, yeah. That no, but it doesn't matter if he's got a rumor token. That's still GG.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So I don't know what.
So unless it's a Desecrated Soil. I mean, Desecrated Soil would be pretty good because you actually get. We have a slightly bigger victory, maybe. I think so. Let's see.
Well, then he'd have to go to sea though, so he's going to take 2 back off that again.
Ah, but still be 1 point more than before. But,
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it was Desecrated Soil. Whoa, now the Desecrated Soil's coming out. So it's not quite GG. Oh, no, actually then, because of the way the roadblock has been done.
Moved.
Oh, crap. They can both get into Swansea.
On the final day. Oh! Fucking press. Come on now, don't.
Oh, wait. But that means he's going to have to use Chartered Carriage to get there.
My poor heart.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I'll be pretty honest. I've been bursting for a piss for the last hour. the teas run through me. They just kept me in suspense all this time. Oh my days. So he's got to use Chartered Carriage here to get onto.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Van Helsing's delayed, so it means he can't train the Heroic Leap because he searched the Saboteur again. Oh no, wait.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Wait, when did he search Saboteur? Was that during the day? I can't see. There's so many. Oh yeah, Van Helsing's delayed. He can't train him Heroic Leap.
Delayed, yeah.
Oh, this game is so topsy-turvy. What on earth?
Now, if he's played Bats, you can throw him back into London, Saboteur him, and that's it.
That's it, yeah. Whoa. Because if he but then Van Helsing does have horses. But if he had a ticket, he could ticket into Swansea. And they can maybe 2v1 him without Heroic Leap. Maybe.
Just show your hand. You don't want to lose any
Yeah,
weapons.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, 1 ticket's going to make no difference at all. You've already revealed horses. I mean, how about... Oh.
Oh, dear.
Oh, he got rid of a rifle and all. Oh, you need to kill Drac.
Yeah, you just show your hand at that stage. Fuck it.
Oh, wait. Hang on a minute, though. Maybe Mr. Trick here. Supply in Edinburgh, get rid of it because you know it's Chartered Carriage, so get rid of the horses, so you have then hopefully 3 weapons, and then you go into Swansea. Instead of healing, like 1 health doesn't really make much of a difference. Yeah, Mr. Trick there with the renewed vigor. I mean, well done for like, the double surprising return to try and, to deduce then it was Swansea, so he knew he could walk in on Swansea this day. Oh.
Alright, well, yeah, they're still delayed though, but...
Yeah, that's probably still delayed. That's the if only he wasn't delayed. But then, does it even make a difference? No. Because he could just rail into 52.
And it doesn't matter, even if Mina's got excellent weather, she's going to hit... the
Saboteur.
Goes to London, she'll hit Saboteur.
Unless she has forewarned.
She lands at 43, then fast horses to Swansea, but... That's a shame. 2v1 would have been quite
she has a renewed vigor as well.
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, she can't have excellent weather and forewarned. Man.
Oh.
Oh, the fine margins, my dear. Oh. It doesn't matter because it's down to 10. Oh, if it went down to 9, that's an extra day.
I know, that's what we keep saying. I don't understand why.
I don't know.
It isn't 3. It would have made it a much more useful tool to have.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, man. And even then, even if he did take it down to 9, like, he's not going to get to Ireland in time, I don't think. Because then he could just walk into... Even if Sud goes to Galway, it doesn't matter. Dracula can then just walk into him. I think. Oh, he's got to go to sea, though, so he might be able to get there quickly enough. Oof, I mean, Dracula on 11 health. Dracula just has to try and just survive this, basically, and just don't take any damage. Don't worry about escaping. He could now,
Right,
now he could misdirect
should've done
London
that
and move it to
supply.
London.
Yeah. I think that supply, and knowing you had chartered carriage, you supply in Edinburgh, tool yourself up as Godalming, chartered carriage into Drac. All of a sudden, Van Helsing versus Drac with three weapons is a different, and Aggie's in play is a different scenario.
And if he hadn't delayed himself again with the saboteur with Van Helsing could have got into this. Suddenly, he doesn't have a weapon, so I don't know what Holy Bullets is going to do. But then still, imagine like one of them's got. I think they've got a Heavenly Host, and if they've got other stuff, like 11 health could go if Dracula doesn't get good combat cards. Oh.
I mean, I'm wondering whether Van Helsing didn't show the weapon for Saboteur, knowing he'd get delayed and thinking like, okay, I don't want Drac to know I've got it. And then if he could get into battle and play rifle and Holy Bullets, I don't know.
Maybe that is next level gaming. If you show the Holy Bullets, but then say, "Oh no, I don't have a gun."
Yeah, I just like them.
Hold on to these; they look cool.
Look how they shine in the light.
Yeah, the fact that rifles. Godalming's only got a rifle. You can't kill 10 health or 11 health Dracula with just a rifle and punch. Like, there's no way. No. Dracula just had to survive this. He don't even bother trying to escape. Oh, he's biting him as well. Oh well. Oh, that means Godalming dies. Oh, so he gets it even sooner. Whoa. Oh no.
The health comes back up. Oh.
Great strength.
Oh my God! Just when you think it's over.
I mean, it's not GG, but it's GG in the sense that Godalming can never kill Dracula. What? Van Helsing?
Oh no! Oh, for fuck's sake, Strider!
What?
How could you misclick the wrong card? One of them's an old man, one of them's posh.
No, but that's impossible. Van Helsing's not in the combat. What the fuck just happened? What? What? Van Helsing wasn't there. What the?
That's for the bite to Van Helsing? No.
What?
Oh.
You can't use Great Strength when Arto's not there. Oh. What the fuck is that bug? I mean, yeah, Warecraft isn't wrong. The only thing that it affects is the end result of the game in terms of like the amount of health that Dracula had, but Dracula was going to win. Yeah, Drac was going to win. But yeah, only affected the health. Yeah, well played. Yeah, what a game. That was a very exciting game.
So yeah, that's right. We're not doing like we did last time with Great Strength when we were shouting a glitch and it was just
no.
That understanding it. That is a glitch. Yeah, Van Helsing wasn't in the combat.
No. That is a outright glitch. So I'm gonna be really interested to see Strider's perspective to see what on earth appeared on his screen. Yeah, he's absolutely right. If he'd saved HH, that'd have been checkmate. So even regardless if that was a glitch combat or not, doesn't matter. Don't play Heavenly Host. Do not throw away Heavenly Host like that.
So then, yeah, I could have whatever saved. Again, though, the thing is, I would have. Yeah, I didn't know. I guess.
Whoa.
Even with the revealing his cards wouldn't have mattered because you would have found out he just only had a rifle anyway. So. Yeah.
Well, we'll play to Randiv. So that was 10 health in the end. That's a really weird. I mean,
why would it do that?
That's fucking bollocks, by the way.
Does it do that because Van Helsing didn't even have a second bite on him, did he?
No, but it doesn't even matter because like Van Helsing's not in the combat. It's only hunters which are in the combat. That's what I don't get. I don't understand how the fuck Great Strength is that fucked up.
So I was trying to think if there was another reason. What would be the reason for the glitch? Like if they both had, does it target anyone with a bite to say, do you want to save them?
No, but the good. Oh, hang on.
You're right. He wasn't in the combat.
Oh, hang on. Like if Strider streamed this live, we might be able to watch it immediately. Let me quickly go onto YouTube and let's have a look and see if you stay on the line.
Yeah, I'll jump onto YouTube as well, and then we can have a look.
Yeah,
Let's see.
because we're right at the edge. It's like there's no like. Oh yeah, he's watching it. It's live now. Oh crap! Maybe my OBS is gonna be fucked up with sound. Right, let me. I don't know. Warcraft might jump in. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. What?
Have a look. Strider, there he is.
Oh, he put Ranzid, not Randiv. Right, let's have a look. Right, I'm having a look to see what the fuck's going on here. That's so many levels of.
Stop now.
I'm on the live. Okay, right. Round 3. Right, here we go. Right. Oh, is there any way I can show the viewers this? Let me. Oh, how does OBS work? I have to learn to misdirect better. Yeah, 2 times I thought I could use it and could not. At least where I wanted. Yeah, true. Okay.
He's still not learned. He's still not clicked the bloody camera to expand the map either.
Right. Let me
see where we are.
If I go to Chrome, I might.
I'm in YouTube now. I'm just going to.
I might be able to stream this live for the viewers. Is this working? Game? Is that going to show it?
Okay, so chat.
Come on. Yay! Right. Okay. So this is the live recording. So I'll have it with the sound off, just so. So this is the round where he gets bitten. I'm so intrigued to see what the fuck happens here.
I'm watching this. Yeah, I've just put it on mute on YouTube, I've got it. Well, have you got it?
So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, can I? Oh fuck. Can I stream this to you? Let's.
I'm watching.
Oh, you're watching. Are you at round 3 of the combat?
Yes. Yeah. So okay. I want to see. I've just put it on mute. So Godalming's done his turn. We're waiting on Dracula.
Oh, okay, right. So
round 3.
You tell me when Great Strength is on the screen for you, and I'll click.
Right.
Okay, I'll hit go. I've got it where Fangs has been played, and now he said GG, but now Great Strength has appeared.
Likewise, so I've just saw the choose event card, Great Strength, play during blah blah.
Right. Okay. So that's come up.
That's
right.
now showing up as he's not selected it. So now he's going to click on select.
No. Why is Van Helsing there? That's fucking bollocks. Why the fuck is Van Helsing in the combat? That is a load of shite.
Yeah, he should never be there.
Oh, and
yeah, that's unfortunate.
That is a bug and a half.
No, that's a kick in the fucking. I'd be fucking raging if that was me.
I mean, would it have made a difference? No, because Godalming would have. Let's think about it. Godalming would have been removed from the combat.
I guess
he would have been removed, and Dracula still would have taken the 2 damage from Aggie. So it all ended up the same.
Yeah.
He would have moved to win. He would have had to misdirect to move to win. Maybe he wouldn't have realized that, but I'm sure he would have done.
I mean, the thing is, say for example, I mean, even if he'd gone to C next move to go to Dublin, Mina played Renewed Vigour. It still wouldn't have really made much difference unless she could excellent weather to Dublin, fast horse to, which she couldn't have. She played Renewed Vigour. I think it was. Yeah, I think the job was done. Randiv had done what he'd done a very good game.
Yeah, agreed.
Win this. But you don't like seeing it. If that's the kind of glitch that comes up now, you don't want that happening in other parts of a game in different tournaments where, it could be the difference between winning and losing. So yeah, you're gonna post that as a bug report.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck up my upload schedule, but maybe I just upload it anyway, because that is so fucked up. I have never seen that bug before. For people watching, in case you don't realize, the way Great Strength works is any hunter can play it. It doesn't have to be the hunter in the combat, but it only affects the hunter in the combat. Why the fuck could Van Helsing be selected there? That is utter bollocks. I mean, it didn't make a difference, because even if he had used it correctly, Godalming would have still been removed from the combat. Dracula would have taken the 2 damage from Aggie because of how that works. So then that's all fine. That nothing has changed because of that. Oh, hang on.
I wonder if it was Van Helsing that used Great. I mean, it still shouldn't matter. I'm just trying to think of how the glitch. If Van Helsing used Great Strength, the glitches pulled him into it as well, or did Godalming have Great Strength?
Good question. I don't know who had Great Strength. I don't.
Just check and see if it's still on.
Oh no, it couldn't have been Godalming because Godalming had Chartered Carriage and he used it.
I'm just wondering if that's why Van Helsing's obviously played Great Strength to say, and then maybe that's why the glitch is it's pulled Van Helsing into the combat, thinking he's in it, which is the glitch.
I haven't got
yeah.
a clue. I've never seen that glitch before. That is a new one on me. I've seen it where escape route has been used incorrectly, but I've never seen it where great strength has been used incorrectly.
No.
And you and I mean, you know how many hundreds of games we've played. I mean, I've not played as many as you, but still, like, we've played so many matches, we've never seen that glitch ever. And it can't be anything because like Van Helsing was underlaid at that point. I really don't get it. I really, really didn't go get it.
I think that could be the only reason why. If he's played it with the game, sort of right, Van Helsing's played the card, therefore, and again, it's wrong, but that's why it's pulled him into it. Yeah, I think at this stage of the game, it was academic.
Yes.
was going to win regardless. So it's not as if it's gone.
No.
You know, that's ruined a victory for Strider because of the glitch. That's one thing, but it's it's important to note that that's happened because something to look out for in the future.
Yeah, and then ultimately, then the combat in Leipzig didn't matter because if Randiv had thrown the combat, quote unquote, the Heavenly Host would have still gone off. The Heavenly Host would have been used. So it actually didn't make a difference to the final result. I'll probably send a quick message to Randiv and Strider. I mean, Strider said thanks, and he was like the one being affected the most by it because I said to him, no, Randiv, you play normally because it's not a glitch. Strider said thanks. So I mean, you know, I'll double check that was sincere and not him being pissed off. Hopefully.
The thing is, I mean, regardless, like you said, I mean, there was nothing given away about strategy. It was just a case of Randiv was going to. I mean, again, I don't know how you can't not. You know, it's not like you can just leave combat as a reckless. You've got to play the cards. So he may have played Fangs anyway.
Yeah.
And Strider played Heavenly Host thinking I'll take him out regardless.
Yeah.
Without us saying anything, it might have been a case of that happened. So I don't. You know, again, it didn't have any bearing in my eyes.
I don't think so. And to be honest, like, so much stuff happened before and after that. Like, the Huns had to move quicker to the UK, and they didn't. Okay, I mean, he did good stuff. He supplied, got double surprise in return, which is good. Got great strength, got consecrated ground. That's all really good things. But then he was just a little bit too late getting there. And then what else? I mean, the fight in Vienna was okay. Did decent damage to Dracula, really, and Dracula escaped his bat and took 2 extra damage for it. Could have got really good in Marseille. I'm so because that's the whole game. Sud was running around, and I'm just out of curiosity now. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the YouTube. I'm so interested to see what Sud has in his hand because we had no idea all game.
It's a good show, actually.
What does Sud have? Wheel forward. Sorry, people on the screen are not going to see this. He had. Oh man, I mean, he didn't have. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't. He had horses, dogs, rifle, holy bullets. And the cards, I can't see the quality. Sorry, people who are still watching this. Oh, he's got the heroic leap. Oh, did I get traded around? I must have done. And sense of emergency. And then, Mina had forewarned as well. He got double renewed vigor at the end. Like, the supplying paid off for him at the end, but it was just too late.
Too late. Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. That's insane. That is, a really exciting game. Bloody long one, but really good though.
Sense of emergency of Van Helsing was to Marseille again. I gave Drac the time he needed.
Yeah. Imagine if he didn't, and then Sud might have done other supplies. I don't know if he had those 4 items or if he changed stuff, but I don't think he had horses at that point. Because you don't.
No, I think he traded. Well, did he? Because he fast horsed after that, didn't he?
I think he supplied the fast horses.
Yeah. So that could have been even with the full holy bullet. You know, I mean, it's all speculation now, but no, it didn't. To be honest with you, it didn't feel as long a game as it ran. It was interesting stuff. There was cards getting played at the right time. It was exciting. Yep. You know, he found Drac 2 or 3 times, which is what you want. He had battles with Drac, which is what you want.
Yep.
I think it was just probably maybe not knowing themselves about just normal gameplay as opposed to glitch events. Something that they need to learn going forward, because again, if somebody's in a private game where you can't comment on it, and you've got to know
Yeah.
all the ins and outs of the
Yeah,
game.
so I mean, so as an organizer, I'll like apologize. Like if anybody thinks that I spoke out of turn there, then fair enough. I will admit that I spoke out of turn. So I'm totally
I
willing
don't
to
think we
admit
did. I
that.
think it was just. I think they were asking the question of, again, like he's going to say, he was just going to. It'd be different. I think it'd be a different scenario if the new vampire was a scenario.
If I'd written in the chat something like Strider, make sure you stake the new vampire. That's not
Yeah,
on.
that's different.
That is like yeah, but something like this, I don't know. Maybe does it make it? I don't know. But anywho, yeah. I will probably post this early just because there's a bug. It's going to fuck up my... I mean, I've got a game against Ondra tomorrow anyway, so that can be my Friday upload next week. And I may have your game with Mr. Green as well, depending on the timing of that. We'll have to talk about that and get the timing for that. But if you have to play it at the normal time that you've already agreed, don't worry about me. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know, yeah. I think, yeah, if you get that, because again, that lets people see about the glitch, so the more they know. Mind you, he's Strider's posted it, isn't he? So
yeah,
his
but he
version will be
might
out,
not
so
bug
fine.
report it, so I will do like a proper bug report. Strider's actually interesting. Strider's just messaged me and said, should have trapped him in Edinburgh and then brought my hunters up. So this is actually really important, like for new players. Strider is identifying his mistakes, and that's like the really important part of learning. Obviously you want to, hopefully the ideal way is you don't make the mistakes in the first place, but the fact you're able to identify them immediately after they happen, that is the really first big step, because then in future you're already thinking all that experience through again and go, last time that didn't happen, right, let's just take 2 seconds more and think about where... I mean, I've done it. I mean, I'll admit, we've talked about it loads of times where I've played Consecrated Ground in ways that were suboptimal, and then afterwards you're like, oh yeah, fuck, I should have done it that way. So that's a really big part of the learning process. So like, that's me being completely sincere, by the way. Like being able to identify your mistakes is such a crucial part of getting this, getting really good at this game. So
and there is. I mean, there's so many intricacies to this game that you've got to. Everyone's going to make. I mean, there's not a game I don't play that I don't make a fucking mistake, because
Same.
you can't play a perfect game. It might just fall for you that the opponent doesn't, negate or take you up or take advantage rather of a mistake you make. But there's not a game I go by that I don't think after, I should have done that instead. But it's you'll never get the perfect game. All you can do is play better than your opponent to win the game. That's and enjoy it. Enjoy playing the game. So Spencer got a tournament game now. Just notice he's playing. Has he got a tournament, or is he just? I've got the fixtures. Oh no, I do have the fixtures actually.
Let me have a quick look at the spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm not showing that. That's fine.
No, it's not, because he played me Monday because he had a game on Wednesday. So yeah, he must just be jumping on. So.
Oh really? They're like, cause I've muted Discord. So yeah, he's playing Mr. Green. Yeah, fine. Okay. That's all right.
Just messaged. Right, cool. All right. Well, look, from our side, I'll let you crack on and let.
Yeah, I was just saying, thank you very much for hopping in. It's been really good fun chatting to you again, and doing a normal thing. I'm going to go and empty my bladder, but hopefully it won't be too long until we can do this another time.
Yep, thank you. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. I enjoyed that. Good bit of commentary, and onward with the tournament. All the best. Cheers now.
Yeah. Bye. And bye everybody. See you very, very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.